sees it mostly because
welcome everyone.
This is ABC News.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video. We got a lot to talk about today. Oh my goodness.
I'm recommending Uma and their all-in-one phone video and collaboration.
It's our top of the hour break. I'm waiting.
Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma, smart communications for the smarter people.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes. Welcome everyone to the program. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. On the radio since 1977. I was just a couple moments ago, I was ready to go on the air. I'm waiting for the top of the hour news and the sounder to come on, and boom, I left something in my car. We're on the top floor of this office building here in Boca, and I clicked the elevator button. I'm not hearing anything. It's going to take forever. So I ran down the stairs out into the wet and rainy parking lot and got what I left in the car. And then I had to take the elevator back up because there was no way I was going to run up this. Running down the stairs is easy. Running up the stairs, well, that's a whole nother deal. And then be able to talk and not be out of breath on the air. So I just walked in and put on my mic just a moment ago. I just made it. Well, listen, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things to talk about on the program today, and we're going to talk about as many of these important topics as we can fit in on the program with your calls at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. All right, now there's a story today that I want to hear your thoughts on. This is a very important story. There's a lot of important stories today, so if this isn't in your mind the most important, don't worry. We're here till 9, people. Tulsi Gabbard is going to Arizona today to campaign for Kari Lake and Blake Masters. Tulsi Gabbard going to Arizona to campaign for Kari Lake and Blake Masters. That's right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is official. Out of the Washington Examiner, I'm reading from the Washington Examiner now. Fresh off announcing her, I'm sorry, my throat's a little dry. I guess it's from that run down the stairs. Let me take a drink of my coffee here. Hold on, guys. Live radio, it happens. All right, the Washington Examiner is what I'm going to be reading from right now. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. Okay, fresh off announcing her departure from the Democratic Party, Tulsi Gabbard will campaign for rising MAGA star Kari Lake, who is running for Arizona governor. Kari Lake's campaign announced Tulsi Gabbard, who used to be a representative from Hawaii, will appear for an Arizona Young Republican Engagement Forum in Chandler, Arizona, Tuesday. Well, that's today. It's Tuesday. The event is scheduled to start at 7:30 p.m. local time. It'll feature Blake Masters, who's the Republican running for the United States Senate, as well as others. Tulsi Gabbard, who was once vice chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee and ran for president as a Democrat in 2020, announced last week she was leaving the Democratic Party, claiming it is now under the control of an elitist cabal of warmongers. Right. Says a soldier. Okay, because she's a soldier. Is she still in the Hawaiian National Guard? She might be. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Is she still in? If anyone knows. Okay. When I was driving into the radio station today, I was talking to Steve about this, and Steve told me, well, it's not too late to walk back and admit you were wrong about Tulsi Gabbard. I said, walk back? What am I walking back? What should I be walking back? And he said, you've been attacked. I've got nothing to walk back here. And let me tell you that I'm going to share with you my thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard campaigning for the great Kari Lake. All right? And I want to hear your thoughts on this topic. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't think so. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Okay, Tulsi Gabbard campaigning for Kari Lake, who's our next MAGA superstarlet. There may be, because we're just a few days away from the midterm elections, there may be some short-term gain in Kari Lake's campaign for this. You know, she may grab some independents, she may grab a couple people that don't follow politics, and it may help Kari Lake get over the finish line. You know, and maybe. Now, and it looks like Kari Lake's a part of this. Kari Lake has approved of this. She's inviting her in. So I am open to the idea, because people are so brainwashed about Tulsi Gabbard, and also that there's some Democrats and some lunatic liberal fringe nutcases like those guys that were shouting down AOC last week, that maybe some of them will vote for Kari Lake because of Tulsi Gabbard. Maybe. And that's a heavy maybe, because I'm not too sure about that. But I am open to the idea that there's some short-term gains, because people don't understand what's going on. There's some short-term gains with Tulsi Gabbard. But long-term, Tulsi Gabbard is out to stop MAGA. This is a psych op operation with Tulsi Gabbard. My wife had this theory, and I think she is spot on, right on the money. And this is what's going on. Kari Lake has a hypnotic power over MAGA people. I don't understand. Is it the military service? Is it she likes, I don't know. Is that what it is? I don't know. But she has a hypnotic power over a lot of MAGA conservatives. And I believe, this was my wife's theory, and I think she's right on the money with this. I believe Tulsi Gabbard in 2024 is going to run as a third-party independent. She's going to run as a third-party independent. And in 2024, she'll take some votes away from the Democrats by doing that. But it looks to me she'll have the biggest impact on Trump. And there's a major political uniparty establishment psych-op operation going on, in my opinion, with Tulsi Gabbard for 2024 to do as a third-party independent, to have Tulsi Gabbard. This is what they're planning on doing. To use Tulsi Gabbard to do to Trump what Ross Perot did to George H.W. Bush, Bush 41, Bush 2, and 93 running against Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton did not win the majority vote. Bill Clinton won only because Ross Perot took votes away. That was the first presidential election I was old enough to vote in. I voted for Ross Perot. It was stupid of me. I didn't realize. You know, Ross Perot is responsible for Bill Clinton's victory. And these devious never-Trumpers and the Uniparty, that's their plan with Tulsi Gabbard. I'm here to tell you that is their plan. I don't think Kari Lake needs Tulsi Gabbard, but apparently Kari Lake thinks she does, or maybe she figures she can't stop her. I don't know what's going on there. I just found out about this a couple hours ago. This is new to me. And you're probably hearing about it here first, most of you. This is a terrible idea. I watched an interview on Friday with Tulsi Gabbard by that guy from the Young Turks that used to be on MSNBC. It was like 2 years ago, maybe even less. And she is a radical leftist, Tulsi Gabbard. She was talking about, because of the threat of climate change, ending tax subsidies against oil companies to bankrupt them. And tax subsidies, he didn't get specific about that. So far as I know, when Democrats are talking about tax subsidies, they're talking about deductions. They consider deductions subsidies. So she's talking about bankrupting the oil industry. She calls it the fossil fuel industry. It's not fossil fuel. The planet Earth makes oil naturally. It's part of the process underneath the surface of the planet. It's not, how many dinosaurs do you think there were? So she wants to bankrupt the oil industry to force us into all their green crap. She's in favor of an assault weapons ban, and you know what that slippery slope is. What are they going to ban next? 9mm? Derringers? Flintlocks? You never know. So she's a gun banner. She wants to ban the guns. She wants to legalize the drugs. She wants to bankrupt the oil industry. And has she rejected all of those ideas? She'll say she supports the Second Amendment, but does she mean that the Second Amendment includes, are AR-15s covered under that, Tulsi? No one's asked her any of these tough questions. We're going to take our first break of the hour. I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts about Tulsi Gabbard campaigning for Kari Lake in Arizona tonight? Our number's toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. That's 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be back.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
I don't like it at all. I think we're setting ourselves up to be in some big trouble here, guys. This is not good. Oh, man. I don't trust her either. Yeah, you guys in the chat, chatting in the chat room doesn't cut it. I need you guys to call me on the air and talk. Rome, Wisconsin, just put the number in there. I pinned it to the top. Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're new to my channel. And everyone, please like the video. Liking the video recommends this video and all my other videos to people that have not yet discovered my channel. And also, make sure you're subscribed. A lot of people don't realize that they're not subscribed. And the reason that is because you watch my videos regularly or semi-regularly, so I end up in your recommendations, but you may not be subscribed. So subscribe and you catch all my content. I mean, do you guys trust Tulsi Gabbard? What the heck? What the heck? Is Tulsi Gabbard really looking out for Kari Lake? I don't think so. I don't think so. Here we go.
With Brian Craig.
Yes, yes. Oh, man. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Callers on hold, stand by. Now, at the top of the hour, I was talking about how right before showtime, I was standing here, I had my headset microphone on, and I'm ready to go, and I realized I left something in my car. We're on the top floor of this office building. No time to wait for the elevator, so I ran down the stairs. We're on the top floor of the office building. I ran down the stairs, ran across the parking lot, got to the car, ran back to the building, and then took the elevator back up. And then I was on the air, and I'm not out of breath at all. Why is that? How is it possible for me to run down every flight of stairs in this office building, run to my car and back, come back up, and be on the air seconds later and not be out of breath? How do I do it? Hormone replacement pellet therapy from Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey. That's how. Part of the aging process, in fact, a major part of it, is your body produces fewer hormones. And what hormone replacement pellet therapy does is restore your hormone levels all naturally to where they were when you were in your 20s. It allows you to do things like I just did at my age. It's unbelievable. It will change your life. Dr. Mitch Matez, he's been my doctor now, 6, 7 years? I think it's been that long. And that's how I'm able to go. I do 2 shows a day. I'm very active, get very little sleep because I don't have time for sleep. And it's because of Dr. Mitch Matez I'm able to do it. He'll change your life too. Give him a call. Now, when you call Dr. Matez at the Biostation West El Rey, make sure you mention you heard about him on the radio, because if you're a radio listener, you get a free consultation. Everyone else has to pay for that consultation, okay? But if you're a listener to this program, a free consultation with Dr. Mitch Matez. Here's the number, 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. By the way, if you're not local and you're out of town, call. Probably can help you too. And this is both for men and women. 561-320-8893. That's Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey. All right, if you're just tuning in, tonight at 7:30 Arizona time, are they on Mountain Time? In Arizona tonight, Tulsi Gabbard is out there campaigning for Kari Lake and other Republicans. Your thoughts on that? I think this is a terrible idea for all the reasons I said in the last segment, but let's take some calls. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chris from Kentucky.
Yes, Kentucky. What's on your mind?
Well, first of all, I want to say this. I've been watching the chat, and there's some people jumping on that Tulsi bandwagon. Well, if a lot of people watches Trump's rallies and watches it through Right Side Broadcasting, well, Brian Glenn comes on there and he says to ask these people and they don't hesitate, then you can go forward and support them.
Well, when it comes, Tulsi Gabbard has done a whole bunch of interviews, and I haven't heard anything in the form of a question. Okay, so you no longer support bankrupting the oil industry. You no longer believe climate change is real. You say you support the Second Amendment. Do you no longer support your assault weapons confiscation plan? You say you're conservative. Do you, when it comes to the border issue, do you support President Trump completing the wall? I haven't heard any of these questions asked of Tulsi Gabbard. All I'm hearing is she's so great. She's not even good looking. I don't know. Why are all these people, I'm serious. Why are all these people, she's average looking. I could see if she was like a real high. Why do you think people are so mesmerized by this Trojan horse?
I really have no idea. I guess they just, I don't know. But apparently some people haven't learned their lesson.
Well, I think it's because she's got the military service. But to follow her is just stupid. And I'll tell you another thing. This is I'm a little nervous. It makes me a little nervous that the Kari Lake campaign is embracing her right now. So much so. What's going on?
I have no idea. I really don't.
All right. Hey, listen, Kentucky, I appreciate the call. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's gone even a step further. Tulsi Gabbard has endorsed Kari Lake. She tweeted out her endorsement. Tulsi Gabbard tweeted, "For too long, establishment leaders from both parties have sought to enrich themselves, play games, and build up their power, while ignoring and even enabling the suffering of millions of hardworking Americans. Kari Lake is a leader who..." Oh, too many characters. So this is part 1 of 3 tweets. Oh, I got to find the other 2. Hold on. Okay. Kari Lake is a leader who puts people first, is fighting for border security, energy independence, public safety, and other policies that actually make life better and more affordable for the American people. This is Tulsi Gabbard's Twitter endorsement of Kari Lake. Kari Lake isn't afraid to call out the warmongering elitist cabal of permanent Washington and the military-industrial complex and their propagandists in the mainstream media. I look forward to supporting Kari Lake ahead of these critical midterm elections. Do you believe her? Do you believe Tulsi? I'm serious. I don't. I'm going to stick with what I said before, and it's not, I am open. I am always open to be wrong and to change my mind. Nothing I say is written in stone other than Trump is the greatest. I mean, that, you know. But outside of President Trump, nothing I say is written in stone. I am always open to be proven wrong. I don't have an ego where I got to be right all the time and I can never admit when I made a mistake. But I don't think I made one here. I think everyone else is, which might be a symptom of insanity. I don't know. 1-888-465-2631. 1-888-465-2631. I mean, I want you to think about this. We have got this... What do we need Tulsi for? We've got this incredible movement led by President Trump. The polls are showing we're winning in Pennsylvania, Arizona, Florida, of course. Herschel Walker's pulling ahead. Great debate this week. Warnock and some negative coverage. Why do we need her? Why is she in here taking our clout away from our people and making it hers all of a sudden? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mike, calling from Arizona.
Oh, hey, Mike in Arizona. So Tulsi's coming to town. What are your thoughts?
Well, definitely have something to keep our eye on with that woman. But also remember, Trump was Democrat and Kari Lake was...
Big difference. Let me tell you what the big difference is. Many prominent Republicans at one time were Democrats. Kari Lake voted for Obama in 2008. Donald Trump was a Democrat in his youth. Even the great Ronald Reagan. But that was before they were involved in politics. None of them were politically active. They just registered so they could vote. They weren't involved politically. And I'm going to ask you, when is someone who has been an elected official, a high-ranking, prominent person who has switched parties from Democrat to Republican, who went on to be anything that you trusted? Can you name any? It's not the same thing when you do it before you're involved in politics.
Not off the top of my head I can't, but I just think...
It's not the same.
The party trying to lead this country, we have to be open to...
Why? Why do we got to be open to some Democrat? The examples you gave, these other people were Democrats before they were involved in politics, before they held office. Big difference. Not the same. Listen, I got a break for the bottom of the hour. Thanks for the call from Arizona. Oh my goodness, that's what scares me. She's just like Trump. We'll be back. Listen, I got a break for the bottom of the hour. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's what scares me. She's just like Trump. Are you kidding? Oh man. Man. That was a scary call. I wish I wasn't up against the break with that guy. That was a frightening call. By the way, if you want to support my content, my YouTube channel, my podcast, the radio show, go to mypillow.com and buy something with my promo code Kane. Any special you see at mypillow.com, you can take advantage of with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. There's some great specials going on right now. The Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, I have 6 sets of these, just $29.98 with my promo code Kane, Kane. The My Pillow, very low price, just $19.98 with my promo code Kane, Kane. The 6-piece My Pillow towel set is less than $40 with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Oh, the My Pillow sandals, just $19.98 with my promo code Kane. The full-length My Pillow body pillow, just $29.98 with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. A whole bunch of others, too. Whatever specials you see at mypillow.com, you can save up to 66%. Take advantage of them with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. See, this is the big talking point. Oh, lots of good people, MAGA people, used to be Democrats. Trump, Kari Lake, before they held office. What politician has been a prominent, high-level politician, right, who switched parties that you can think of, that is out there today? You know, switching parties when you're politically active and hold office is a big deal. I mean, you know, to switch parties, you're rejecting your entire ideology that you've taken money from people in support of, you've been an activist in support of. It's a bunch of nonsense. This is not what happened with Trump. This is not what happened with Kari Lake or Ronald Reagan. They didn't hold office then. This is scary. And that guy's in Arizona. People are being just conned. And I just don't understand. I've never seen anything quite like this, where people are so mesmerized. You know, she wanted to be the senator from Hawaii, and she couldn't do it. So she's pissed off at the Democrats. You'll take her over Mitch? I don't know about that, JP. Strom Thurmond. That was over 50 years ago. You got one guy who about 55, 60 years ago switched. Before I was alive. Was anyone alive in this chat room when Strom Thurmond became a Republican? And even then, he just continued to hold his same seat. He didn't advance. And he was not helpful to the Republicans because he had that Klan racist segregationist background. Oh, yeah, that was wonderful. No, he was, Colin Powell didn't hold elected office. And he was always a liberal, fake Republican, lied to get us into the war in Iraq. He only became a Republican because he wanted to come up through the ranks of Reagan and Bush. Now, you don't believe anything about that guy. Yeah, but you don't hold elected office. That's not the same thing. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of just stupid people with this Tulsi Gabbard thing pissing me off. I'm sorry.
the air.
Callers on hold, stand by. Those of you who are seniors and Medicare holders, this is open enrollment period for Medicare. And, you know, it's the one time of year that those of you who are Medicare recipients can make changes to your policy. Once open enrollment is over, that's it. You're stuck with what you got. Maybe what you got's okay, but you want to check and make sure. You know, Debbie from I Will Advisors, she's been with us for a long time. She handles Steve's Medicare. Her family have been with us here on the Steve Kane Show since about 94-ish, maybe 5, but around 94, 95, they joined us here on the Steve Kane Show, helping listeners of this program since 94 with their Medicare, including Steve's now. Steve was nowhere near Medicare age at that time. He was like my age. But he aged into the Medicare recipient era. And Debbie Klatzoff at I Will Advisors and her family help him each and every year reviewing his policy. You know, Debbie represents all the major carriers. Most of these ads you see during open enrollment, they represent one, which means they're going to push you into that one, whether or not it's right for you. Since Debbie represents all the major carriers, not just one, she'll make sure that you have a policy for your Medicare that fits your needs. That's right. She does a great job. She covers the entire state of Florida. She's located in Broward County in Coral Springs. But no matter where you are in the state of Florida, you can call Debbie at I Will Advisors and she can help you. Find out if your primary care physician is covered next year. Find out if your specialist is covered. Find out if your prescription medications are covered. Steve had a big prescription problem. She took care of it for him. Cost you nothing for her to review your policy, and maybe she'll tell you everything you have's okay. If you got a supplement, make sure you're not paying too much. Here's her number, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. That's Debbie from I Will Advisors. If you call now and you get an answering machine, leave your name and number, and Debbie from I Will Advisors will call you back. 954-753-8080. All right, so if you're just tuning in, Tulsi Gabbard has endorsed Kari Lake and will be in Arizona tonight campaigning for Kari Lake and other Republicans. Your thoughts on this? I think this is a big setup. I'm getting very disturbed by some of our callers this morning. That guy in Arizona, oh man, I almost had a Fetterman stroke talking to that guy. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Jim in Cincinnati. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, I'm with you, first of all. I agree there's something rotten in Denmark. And my
You're here. What do you mean, blocked?
Of looking at this is, number one, who else on that whole Democratic presidential debate stage, if they turned around and said, I no longer support the Democrats, and blah, blah, blah. Who would anybody...
Oh, you mean on that Democrat debate with, who was up there? Mayor Pete, Tulsi, Kamala, Joe... Who else was up there? I don't remember. Yeah, that's a good question.
But that's a serious point. Even down to the General Billies and the whatnot, any of these people who have been so dead set against the Republican Party won, and especially against the...
What do you think about my theory that I got from my wife that she's good? It's a psyops for her to run third party and do to Trump in 24 what Perot did to Bush in 93. Take away conservative votes.
I think your wife rocks. She's a great partner for you on your podcast, and she has a lot of incredible points. I think that's a byproduct that they know to expect.
Well, what the hell? Why is Kari Lake inviting her out there?
I think Kari Lake is smart, like Donald Trump, and so do you. I've heard you mention it.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that, one, Donald Trump and Kari Lake either know what's going on with the Tulsi Gabbard thing, or Tulsi's absolutely, turncoats and she's going to go independent or Republican. Now, when you want to trust this lady, you'll see her in a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
She can support all the Republicans she wants. There's a bunch of idiots out there that if
Yeah, Paul Ryan's a Republican, and he wrote this editorial attacking President Trump over the weekend.
How much would that help Donald Trump? And that's the ultimate goal. Kari Lake is great. Kari Lake's going to be incredible when she gets in, but the ultimate goal is not.
See, this is what Tulsi's doing. Tulsi Gabbard, I understand. Kari Lake probably figures Tulsi can help her in the short term, maybe get a few independents or Democrats. But what Tulsi Gabbard is doing is she's stealing Kari Lake's clout. She's going out there and getting connected to Kari Lake. In a way, she's endorsed Kari Lake, but by Kari Lake doing this with her, it's as if Kari Lake is approving and endorsing Tulsi Gabbard. And she's using her clout to gain credibility.
Let me ask you a question that I haven't heard mentioned. What do any of these politicians need the most? They need recognition.
Money, yeah.
And she is the only one, let's just say, of that stage of debate people, using them as a parameter. She's the only one right now who's on a camera. She's the only one who's live on TV every morning. She's the only one who's getting all these commercials, and now she's going to absolutely be the only one that Republicans are considering as...
What do you think it is about Tulsi Gabbard that is mesmerizing all these MAGA people? She didn't leave the Democrat Party and become a Republican.
The only thing that's brought her to the center stage, if you look at it, it's not her looks. I mean, that's a side benefit. The only thing that has is her saying, I don't agree on the point that every single MAGA Republican is saying. We don't like the economy, we don't like the border, we don't like schools.
Yeah, watch her start to take the lead in this draft DeSantis movement. I'm waiting for that one.
You can wait all day long, and all that, I think, on the side. I think the biggest telltale is when she hops up with Kari, because I want to see what happens when Kari says, how about that President Trump? And I want to see what Tulsi says at that point. If Tulsi high-fives her, says, that guy's going to help us win the world back.
Yeah.
That's when you know to trust her. Otherwise, I use a rule of thumb. I don't trust anything that comes out until a week or two after it's come out.
So this is good. So if she comes out tonight in Arizona with a MAGA hat on, then you'll begin to trust her.
What about you? Would you? No, I'm insignificant.
No, I need a real interview. I want to hear her not just say, I support border security. Freaking Pelosi says that. I want to hear her say, I no longer support confiscation of any guns. I no longer support putting the oil companies out of business. I no longer support climate change. That's what I want to hear.
Really appreciate hearing her say anything about her governor. Isn't that Hawaii?
Hawaii is lost to the Dems. We're not going to win Hawaii. There are a bunch of libs out there.
Winning it. I'm not talking about winning it. I'm talking about taking a stand against this lady's view.
Well, I remember when Tulsi was in the House still, she wanted to leave the House and become the senator of Hawaii and get that lifelong gig, and they rejected her. So now she's taken another direction here. I don't believe anything that comes out of that woman's mouth. I'm sorry. This is a psyops operation that she's doing. I don't know who she's working for. But, hey, listen, I got to run, but thanks for the call. Call us on hold, stand by. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. I want to tell you guys about Dr. Philip Appleton. He rid me of my knee pain, and he can rid you of your pain, too. His laser-away pain system is completely painless. No injections, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. You don't want to take medications for your pain. That doesn't correct anything. That doesn't help you. That just masks the symptoms and has a side effect of maybe making you an addict. Huh? Right. Laser away pain works. I know it works because I'm a patient of Dr. Appleton. And it works on more than just knee pain. Any joint. hip, back, arthritis, stenitis, neck pain, tennis elbow, tinnitus, strains and sprains, sciatica, muscular contraction, lumbar pain, hip pain, many other. There's a long list. Any pain you have, he can help you. Now, it's a free consultation if you mention you heard about Dr. Appleton on the radio. Here's his number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. When you call, make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of that no-charge consultation. By the way, no appointment necessary, walk-ins welcome, and he's also open on Saturdays. 954-973-0710. We'll be right back. Consultation. By the way, no appointment necessary, walk-ins welcome, and he's also open on Saturdays. 954-973-0710. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel old. This is Brian Craig, and I'm going to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez. Now, listen, guys. This is a book you want to pick up. This is one of our listeners. He's in the chat room all the time, although he's not as vocal as some of you all. Robert Allen Miltenberg is his name, and he's written this book, Pool Boy to the Mob. He was a pool boy at a mob-owned hotel in Miami Beach back in the 70s, and he wrote this whole book about it. And when you go on Amazon, read the reviews. They're spectacular. Pool Boy to the Mob, Robert Allen Miltenberg. He's one of our MAGA brothers here in the chat room all the time. So go check it out, all right? Yeah, good guy. Oh, man. I'm going to go back to the phones. All the calls are screenless. I don't know who's on hold. I've not answered any of the phone lines. I screen the calls live on the air. The call-in number is pinned at the top from Rome, Wisconsin, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. Do you trust Tulsi Gabbard?
Weekly events give you ample opportunities to learn alongside talented professionals. At the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, we are better together. Become a member at delraybeach.com.
Mm. Maybe they figure some kids from one of those liberal universities will go vote for her because of it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, my wife is in the hospital, and I've not gotten an update this morning. In fact, yesterday's show, I don't even remember. My wife was having a health emergency that started around this time yesterday morning while I was on the air, and I was dealing with it through text messaging during the show yesterday. I don't even really have much of a recollection of the show yesterday, but she's in the hospital, and she may need surgery for something.
The social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. That's right, on the radio since 1977. Callers on hold, stand by. Oh man. Last night, was it not pouring yesterday? Oh man, it was like a tropical storm yesterday. It was raining, it was dark, it was pouring down rain, and someone came to my door. I went, what is going on? I was in my bedroom, and someone was at the door. They were knocking, and they were knocking and knocking. dark and rainy. My daughter was home. I was home. I thought, what is going on here? So I picked up my iPhone, and of course I got that doorbell camera and saw who was there. My daughter had ordered DoorDash, and there was a DoorDash delivery person holding my daughter's dinner with an umbrella over their head at the front door. I was like, oh man. So I went to the door. Usually they leave, when we order DoorDash, they leave things at the door. We don't open the door and get it from them, right? But it was pouring down rain. They didn't want to leave it outside. And, you know, that doorbell camera is just absolutely amazing. I didn't even have to get out of bed. I saw, boom, who was there. Then I got up. But if it wasn't the DoorDash person, I wouldn't have gotten out of bed. I would have just let them knock until they left. You know, you can get a free doorbell camera. Call Sloman's. I'm going to give you the number. Tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. It will change your life. By the way, no matter where you're listening to us from, give them a call. Here's the number, 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. You call Sloman's. You can get a free doorbell camera. They're going to tell you how. Make sure you mention you heard about them on the radio. 833-283-5050. All right. So Tulsi Gabbard has endorsed Kari Lake. She will be campaigning at a campaign stop with Kari Lake tonight in Arizona, along with Blake Masters, who's running for the Senate seat, and others. I'm freaked out about this, obviously. So I want to hear what you all think at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie.
Hey, Richie.
You have a platform here. First of all,
Really?
We're on the same team, you and I. The difference between you and I is, I'm skeptical, but I'm not attacking like a piranha that you're pulling on this woman. And I'm going to explain to your listeners what I'm talking about. Tulsi Gabbard. First of all, how old are you?
51.
What? The last Republican congressperson out of Hawaii was 1970, 52 years ago, before you were born. So the fact is that you can't get anywhere in politics unless you're a Democrat.
Oh, okay, so slow down. Okay, stop down on that point, Richie. We're here till 9. No, stop down. I want to comment on that one point. Okay, and then you get to your next one. So really you agree with me. You're telling me Tulsi Gabbard's been lying to her own Hawaiian people her entire adult life? So you agree she's a liar, Tulsi Gabbard, and she's been lying for political gain?
Something, you're twisting this. Here's the deal with this. She was a Democrat out of Hawaii. She wasn't lying. She's in the military, which you never were, and you never saw a dead body in your life that was all busted up from war, from weapons. That's number one.
Well, hold on. I want to say what you listen. I served in the military for the same amount of time. Excuse me, I served in the military for the same amount of time as President Trump, President Obama, and President Clinton. No, but that's the truth. That's the truth.
It's the truth, but it's crap. And let me go through something with you. First of all, she saw what went on in Syria, and guess what? She went over there to see Assad, and the Democratic Party said that she was a Russian asset, just like they both are our president, Trump. They said she was a Russian.
Okay, so she's been endorsed. Okay, so Tulsi Gabbard, according to you, she's been lying to her Hawaiian people her whole life, and she has and you use Syria as a source of credibility towards her. Okay, this is good. What else you got?
You see, you know. I'm going to tell you something.
You almost called me an AH.
You and your wife are the same in a nutshell. You're prejudging somebody ahead of any kind of actions. You can have an opinion, but you're spilling hatred over the radio towards her. Now, the fact of the matter is, she was attacked by the Democratic Party over the Syria thing. They accused her of being a Russian agent. That's number one. And I'm not saying that she's not going to do anything that you're saying she's going to do, but the fact of the matter is, your people don't even realize that this woman is anti-war, and she's got.
Jane Fonda was anti-war. What does that mean?
She was anti the Vietnam War, and she went with the enemy. okay? And that was a big difference. What does that mean? The fact of the matter is, you pull this crap with the military garbage all the time. And I'm going to say to you right up front, I saw crap over there that you wouldn't believe. I had grave registration. I opened up body bags. So don't start. You did the same.
So what does that mean? Because you were in Vietnam, your opinion is better than mine? What does that mean?
Why do you have such an opinion of her like this? You're an attack dog. You and your wife.
I watched on Friday, but leave my wife out of it if you don't mind. I watched an interview with Tulsi Gabbard Friday with the Young Turks from about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. She's talking about gun confiscation and bankrupting the oil industry to force us into electric crap.
People change, Brian. People change opinions. They see what's going on. They see certain things don't work. People that were against the oil company 2 years ago see what's happening to this country now, and maybe they've changed their mind and say, you know something, this electric energy crap is garbage. We're going to have to go to fossil fuels. A lot of people change their mind. I
haven't seen, listen, I've seen Tulsi Gabbard on several interviews over the last week. I've not seen any ask any follow-up questions, including Tucker. Fox News is trying to hire Tulsi, and Tucker Carlson, I think, was told he had to do this interview, and he didn't really even ask her anything. Here's the question. Do you still support confiscation and banning assault weapons, Tulsi Gabbard? I haven't heard that question. Do you still support climate change and bankrupting the oil industry, Tulsi Gabbard? I haven't heard that question.
I'm going to do that. No, but you know what she did say? They asked her what party you're going to go to, and she says, I'm an independent.
Oh, that's great.
No, hold it. Now, here's the deal. She's not going to get any Democrat to vote for her because she's trashed the whole party. So you're thinking that she's going to run as a third party and she's going to full vote.
That's my prediction. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong about this so bad, Richie, because she's conning our MAGA people.
Oh, you're thinking she's conning. This is what I'm talking about. You have a habit of attacking people because you think. And this is your...
Well, what am I going to wait? She's a lifelong Democrat who supported the Green New Deal and legalization of drugs, including heroin and cocaine. You know, when somebody's a radical liberal, I think we should be on alert.
I do too, but you don't poison the water before it happens. I can understand you being skeptical, but you're an attack dog, man. You're an attack dog. And you say don't bring up my wife, but you're the one that said your wife's thoughts. So, I mean, listen, I would love to be able to debate her too, but it's not going to happen. But I mean, you guys are already prejudged, and I think it's terrible.
Okay, well look how nasty you got, because I wasn't in the, just because, Colin Powell was in Vietnam, and look what he did. He lied to get, he's a war criminal who lied to get us involved in the war in Iraq.
Here's what I'm saying. When you see death and destruction, when you're actually there, not watching videos on TV, when you see it, you think differently. And when you realize that maybe these are war...
An anti-war position is not a conservative necessarily position. There's a lot of crossover there. I'm opposed to this war in Ukraine. It doesn't make me... no, there's crossover on that issue. I want some detailed questions. She says she supports the Second Amendment. I haven't heard one follow-up about her assault weapons ban.
I understand you being skeptical, but you're attacking her like she's guilty before you haven't given her a... Listen, you got to give her a little chance. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you're attacking her before. On theory. I mean, come on.
Well, what am I... We don't... Listen. She's a lifelong Democrat, a radical one. We got to be careful. Richie, I got to run. Thanks for the call. Oh, man, Richie almost called me an AH in that call. Did you hear that? You're right. And then he stopped. That's okay. I've been called that before. I'll be called it again, too. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Let me talk about MyPillow. Let's talk about some comfort. Callers on hold, stand by. Phone's very busy on this. I told Steve this would get the phones ringing. I live in a MyPillow household. I have almost all the MyPillow products. I have the sheets. I have the MyPillow towels. Not only do I have the classic original MyPillow, I have the Giza Elegance MyPillow, which is a more upscale MyPillow. It's larger. It has the Giza cotton cover on it. You know, I have the slippers. I have the pet beds, the robes. I live in a MyPillow household. I've got the MyPillow mattress topper, and you know, there's a commonality with all of Mike Lindell's products. You know what that is? They're high quality and do everything that he says that they do. And he's offering just incredible prices right now on his products. Let me talk about this 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper, which is 40% off right now with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. I have the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. You know, when I was a kid growing up, some of you probably remember this, right? You flip your mattress over. Remember that? You used to be able to flip your mattress over and you had like a whole new mattress. Well, the mattress companies got wise to that and they stopped making mattresses flippable. You can't flip mattresses anymore. The bottom's hard and they tell you it's for better support. No, it's to make you buy mattresses. If you have a mattress that you're not sleeping well on, if you got a lumpy, bumpy mattress, an old mattress, don't buy a new mattress. Go to MyPillow.com and order yourself a 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. I have one, and it's like sleeping on a huge MyPillow. It's 40% off. It comes in every mattress size from twin all the way up to California King and every size in between. It's 40% off at MyPillow.com when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Callers on hold, stand by, back after this break. 64879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Callers on hold, stand by, back after this break.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music.
WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good day, everybody. We're going to see a daytime high today in the mid to upper 80s. Really, really humid. A front is moving through. It'll be through here by tonight, but tomorrow will only be in the 70s. I'm WCBS. Time for 20 meteorology.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
In West Palm, an accident involving 2 tractor trailers is closing I-95 heading southbound from Belvedere Road down to Southern Boulevard. Traffic is being forced up at Belvedere Road. Heavy stop-and-go traffic on the approach back to Okeechobee Boulevard. So right now you want to take Military Trail, US 1, or the Turnpike instead. As far as Palm Beach Gardens goes, we still have a multi-vehicle crash on PGA Boulevard right near the Beeline Highway. The Turnpike is still moving up to speed from Boca Raton to Jupiter. We also have some minor traffic starting to form on 95 heading northbound coming from Deerfield Beach into Boca. And a stall in Broward County is blocking 2 right lanes now on 595 eastbound just before I-95. This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Steve Kane Show.
Lowe's and MVP. MVP's
Hold on.
rewards members visit
Steve
Lowe's
Kane
now
Show.
and earn bonus points on products and brands like
Hold on.
DeWalt. Then redeem for Lowe's e-gift cards and more. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees. Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details now through 10/28. That's traffic on Chris Barr.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News Now, I'm Tom Rivers. Less than a month till midterm elections in Georgia. There's also a gubernatorial race. It's a rematch.
Stacey Abrams lost the last time. She faced now Georgia Governor Brian Kemp in 2018, claiming Kemp, as then Secretary of State, may have suppressed some votes in Monday night's Atlanta Press Club debate.
As governor, I intend to stand up for the right to vote.
Governor Kemp dismissing Abrams' election accusations.
I'm the person that created the online voter registration system.
The latest poll showing Governor Kemp leading Democrat Stacey Abrams. Andy Field, ABC News.
Gas prices ticked down in the past week, 4 cents to put the national average price for regular at $3.87 a gallon. 20 years in federal prison for Abduli Ahmed Abduli, convicted of helping
Abduli Abdullah. Was that what they said?
Islamic State in Syria in 2013 and 14. This is ABC News.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everyone like the video.
Staples has your tech. Oh, a spare monitor for my spare bedroom/home office.
A webcam for all my video chats.
Well, you can call in, JP. You're welcome to call in.
From the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now Apple AirPods Pro are just $199. You save $50. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store. In-store and online. Ends 10/22. Limit 2 while supplies last.
Opinions are like apples. Everyone's got one. Get yours in the Steve Kane Show.
Yes, we are back. Yeah, Richie the bus driver, he almost called me an AH in that call. I heard it. He said, "You're out," and then he stopped. All right, welcome everyone. Callers on hold, stand by. Let me do a quick recap. Steve's joining us. Steve, let me do a quick recap for people just waking up. Some really bizarre news I saw this morning. Tulsi Gabbard not only has endorsed Kari Lake, she will be campaigning tonight in Arizona for Tulsi Gabbard and other Republicans, including Blake Masters, who's running for Senate against that astronaut. And we're talking about what's going on here. And opinions are, well, people are upset on both sides of this. Steve's joining us. Hey, Steve.
Tried to talk sense to you earlier this morning, and you just won't see the light. So I guess we're going to have to do this on.
Well, I want to be wrong.
Well, you are wrong. So if that.
But I don't. Well.
Feel so bad.
But I don't think I am. But
now I can show you where you're wrong. Okay. And the part of this that you don't.
Callers on hold. Stand by.
You know why the callers out there were so easily turned on this issue? Because last time we discussed this, you were totally, adamant as you are today that Tulsi Gabbard was a traitor and a communist and all this kind of stuff. And I said to you then, I said, you've got to understand something. Everybody out there who is a conservative, we all have a version of the same story. At one point, almost without exception, there are few exceptions, but almost without exception, we all started as liberals. I'll tell you my story. What was the year I went to New York to do morning drive? What year was that?
I'm not 100% sure. Was it 90?
No, it was after that. Anyway, whatever it was.
90 or 91. It was 90 or 91.
Which had always been my ambition to. I was born and raised, for those that don't know, in New York. So I'm a New York boy. My dream had always been to come back and work in New York. And it was the year of the David Dickens administration, if that can use that to...
It's 90 or 91.
All right. And New York was not really the same New York that I was born and raised in. And I lived on Central Park West, and it was a gorgeous, just the one I loved a lot. And it wasn't as bad as today. Maybe it was. It was pretty bad. When Dickens took over, it deteriorated amazingly. And I remember exactly where I was. I was sitting in the subway train. I was on my way down to the Madison Square Garden stop, which is where the ABC was. And I looked to my left, and a guy with a tin cup is coming through the door to my left. And he's begging for money. He said, any spare change, any money you got, please give me money. We whining and screaming at the top of his lungs. And then I looked to my right, and the other subway door opened between cars, and another guy is coming the other way. So they're both like headed towards each other, and they're both moaning and complaining, give me money, all this kind of... And I had a flash. And I said, I've always been called, at this point, a liberal, a bleeding heart liberal. And I love people, and I care about people, and I don't like to see people go hungry. And I've always wanted to help and help people get better. But, in that moment with these two bombs coming at me from both directions, it dawned on me as, my heart's in the right place, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. There were bodies in the streets. There were bodies in the doorways. There was pretty much...
Like it is today. On
its way to being where it is today. And I said, I'm a good guy and I care about people, but it just doesn't work. When you take care of people, they become dependent. and it destroys them. It doesn't help them. And we're not doing good for these people with all this help. And almost in that moment that I remember, I can visualize it in my mind. In that moment, I kind of passed from my liberal self to the conservative person that I am today. And everybody, that's my story. Everybody out there that's a conservative today, with some exceptions, there will be some people that will say, Steve, I never bought the liberal line, and they probably never did. But they're few and far between. Most people have a story like mine, where at one time in their life, it flashed in on them that all this liberal stuff, while it feels good and it makes you feel like you're giving and helping people, you're really not helping people, you're just hurting people by making them more dependent. That's why I have no problem. When I listen to Tulsi Gabbard, I understand her conversion. I understand why she felt one way a year ago and a different way today. And everybody out there understands it because they've had a similar...
Steve, okay, can I... A couple things. Okay, first about you... that story, you were not fully liberal. You were strongly against abortion. So you were on your way. You had your foot in the conservative side for many, many years before that. But the thing is, okay, these interviews that, by the way, there's only one opening on the board. We'll go to the phones in just a moment. Everyone on hold, stand by. The phones are I told you people would be outraged by this, and they are, for good reason. But we're hearing from both sides. Well, hey, listen, you know, is a talk show host supposed to have everybody happy with them? I don't know.
It's wonderful. I think you're doing a great service.
That's good. Yeah, I am. You know, in all the interviews I've heard her say, I have not heard any follow-ups specific about her rejecting her opinions. You know, for example, she's
never told her story.
Well, no, she's been interviewed by even Tucker Carlson, and he didn't even ask her one question. Do you still support? You don't even want me to say. Yeah, it does. They're covering for her. They're covering for her. Do you still support gun confiscation of assault weapons, Tulsi? No one's asked her that. No one's asked her that.
That doesn't mean that she's a hypocrite.
No, they're covering for her. They're covering for her.
I guess on the show you ask her.
Yeah, okay. All right, Tulsi, you're invited. Okay. I'm throwing Tulsi Gabbard. I'll message her. In just a moment and invite her on. I don't think she's coming on. I also want to know if she still supports bankrupting the oil companies through tax loopholes. Well, why are they not asking her any of these questions of these positions in detail?
Why do you hold that against her?
Because Fox News hates Trump. Paul Ryan wrote that editorial, who's on their board of directors. They're courting her to hire her, okay? And that's why they're sucking up to her. You want to take some calls? Oh, he's afraid of the calls. He's afraid of the calls.
I'm afraid of the calls. You're getting massacred.
What, one guy? Richie? Two callers disagreed with me.
We'll spend the rest of the day on the calls if you're into getting massacred. So
we'll see.
Where the calls from.
We'll see.
This is my first question to you. What did I watched her, and I forget, it was a Tucker show, over the weekend I saw her on there. They asked her a whole lot of questions. What has Tulsi Gabbard said since her conversion, her moment of conversion, that you disagree with?
Oh, well, no. I've agreed with everything she said in that statement. But it was vague. But no. Hold on, I'm not on the witness stand. Let me clarify. Everything she said I agree with, but they were vague generalities of conservatism. I support the Second Amendment. Oh, okay. Do you still support the confiscation of assault weapons?
So to get back to my question, which you semi-dodged there.
I agreed with her vague generalizations.
You agree with everything. So she hasn't said anything you can point to that she did.
Yeah.
My next question, and last question is, what has she said that you think she's lying. That you
well, listen, we're up against a break, but I'll answer that before we break. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. Now all of a sudden, Steve Kane doesn't want to take breaks. Okay, I'll answer your question though. What the issue I take is how vague and these generic conservative generalities she has given. Okay, and her statements. Of course, I support the Second Amendment and free speech, but I haven't heard her get specific about it. What is that? There's an old phrase, lies of omission. All right, listen, we're up against the break. There's only one opening on the board. If Steve will let us, we're going to go to the calls right out of the break. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, the jury of public opinion is next. One opening on the board. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back with your calls after this. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, the jury of public opinion is next. One opening on the board. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back with your calls after this.
Wake up and smell the truth.
What picture on True Social are you talking about? There's a lot of pictures on True Social.
Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Have you been told that you have bone on bone or need a knee replacement? Have you been told that you have osteo?
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And of course, like the video, everyone. Liking the video tells YouTube to recommend this video and all my other content to people that have not yet found this channel. So make sure that you like the video.
That's 754-222-6642.
An honest auto mechanic. You probably don't know they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your vehicle doesn't need. He works on all makes and models, new, old, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the official mechanic of the Steve Kane Show. Call 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show.
Anne-Marie's Pizza and Wine Company. Family owned, family operated. Where Grandma Kari Ann herself is in the kitchen. Amazing pizza, sizzling Philly cheesesteaks, salads, pasta, subs, and much more. Live music, patio seating, and 2-for-1 on all beer and wine for Ladies' Night every Wednesday. Mention Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 and receive a 15% discount. Come visit us today at Anne-Marie's Pizza and Wine Company, your local family-owned Italian restaurant located on the corner of Copens Road and Federal Highway. That's Copens Road and Federal Highway. Anne-Marie's. We'll see you here.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers.
Oh man, just resting my voice a little bit.
Deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices.
Last night, since Kathy wasn't home, our dog, since Kathy's in the hospital, so our dog is just constantly looking for Kathy all over the house. My dog, she's just walking around, just looking for Kathy.
Not anymore, it's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now.
So, I know, did any of you have dogs that do that? Oh my goodness.
Treatment is simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up to the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Steve, do you have your Anne-Marie's menu handy? Okay, because mine's always close by. Well, you know, Saturday when we were at the gun range, some of our listeners were telling me after they were done shooting, they were heading over to Anne-Marie's, and one of them was telling me about that Philly cheesesteak. So I'm going into Anne Marie's one day this week for lunch, and I'm going to get that Philly cheesesteak, which everyone raves about. This is what I do. I decide what I'm going to order before I get there, and my goal is to eventually try every dish on the menu. And it's so hard to. There's so many. Everything I've had is so spectacular. I want to try something new each and every time. But no matter what I order, I always get that lobster ravioli appetizer with it. But what's on your order plate next time you stop in, Steve?
I'm hung up on the lobster ravioli. I love that. I always get the big order of it with big hunks of that tender claw meat that melts in your mouth. It's so delicious. And what's my other favorite dish that I love? They have these, what do they call them? Bank rolls.
Oh, Jerry's bank rolls.
And they're stuffed with, everything is overstuffed. I mean, you got
huge portions.
Tremendous, huge portions, which is great because you can always take it home and eat it the next day for breakfast. Last time I ate, we did that appearance up there, and I brought home an entire pizza. It was the first time I tried the pizza with extra cheese and extra meat and extra everything, old gapi I call it. And oh, it was so great. I had it for breakfast 3 days in a row.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And the pizzas are huge too. Now, yeah, well, it's worth the drive. Now, I'll tell you, Anne Marie's, their pizzas are spectacular, by the way. I've had 3 of their pizzas, and oh man, their crust is out of this world. And remember, this is a family-owned and operated restaurant. The sauces, the food, it is homemade, and they take great pride in all of the food that they serve. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Anne Marie's is in Pompano, on the corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway, on the northwest corner, in the same plaza as the movie theater. They are open for lunch as well, and they have great lunch specials. Ask them about those. All right, we have a full board of calls. Okay, I'm taking these calls randomly, and I don't know what that means, Rich. Tell me again. Just tell me. It's okay.
It means you're going to get eaten a lot.
No. Rich told me something about you to do something. I wasn't sure if you're too hot or too low. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. No, you sound too hot now, Steve. I said I don't know if you're too hot or too low. Now you're too hot. Okay, I don't know. We got to wait until we're in conversation. Well, there's a delay and you're far away, but we'll take care of it, Steve. See, Steve's doing whatever he can do to put off going to the calls. I get it. Now, I've lost track of who's called in first and last and everywhere in between, so these are going to be random. So if you've been on hold for a long time, my apologies. I'm going to try to take these to the best of my ability in the order in which they were received, but I've lost track of everything, so let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi. Me?
Yep.
Okay, my name's Joe, calling from state of New Jersey. I just wanted to say hi, Steve, and hi, Brian. It's been another interesting show, but I just wanted to be quick and not waste time. Can I talk about Tulsi? Can I say a couple?
That's the topic.
About her?
Let's go.
Oh. Okay, well, I want to first say that I appreciate her speaking against nuclear war. I think anybody in their right mind should speak up right now. And I wanted to go into the 2 things that I kind of have an issue with her. Even though I like her, but I think she needs to come clean about her involvement with the WEF, and I also think she needs to make...
The World Economic Forum, the WEF, okay.
Correct. And one other thing, when she was on Joe Rogan recently, which was a good show, but he asked her, the last question he asked her was what she feels about the pipeline explosion and if she has any insight on it. And she, in my opinion, didn't come clean that way either with the public.
Well, slow down on this interview, which was a recent one with Joe Rogan. Did he ask her if she still supports the confiscation of guns?
You know what? I watched sections of it, so I would.
No. Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Last I heard, she never corrected that stance either.
Yeah. Did you see him ask her if she still supports bankrupting the oil industry and force us into green crap?
You know what?
basically saying the whole half the population is going to die.
She didn't. Okay, so you didn't. Not that either.
And you know what, Brian? You're right. No, I didn't see that, but I'm not. That's the thing I have with her. I like her as a person, but these positions need to be dealt with before she has any kind of, any kind of chance at doing something important, because this is serious stuff.
Yeah.
Already talking about going after assault weapons.
Well, so is Tulsi her whole life. Yeah. I'm just asking for some clarity. One of our callers in the last hour said if she comes out at the Kari Lake rally tonight wearing a Make America Great Again hat, that'd be a game changer for him.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I mean, I think Trump has the same issues. I mean, he's not dumb. He's watching it.
If Trump comes out and supports her, I'll do what Trump tells me to do, but I haven't seen that yet. Thanks for the call. You're on the radio. That's one for me, Steve. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling? Yeah, that guy he doesn't trust her.
Good morning.
One for me.
For me.
Well, hold on, Jeff. Hold on. Yeah, the first caller agreed with me. He doesn't trust her. He's concerned. So that's one for me. All right, go ahead.
To hear more, it's not one for you. Go.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Steve. Listen, my biggest fear of Tulsi is that she could end up being a Mitt Romney. Say all the right things, yet not come through if she gets voted in. So I say throw caution to her and have her prove that she is truly changed to conservative. And one of the ways...
Well, the only thing that's going to, they say time will tell, and there's wisdom in that. Time will tell, and it's going to take time. But I get the feeling that Brian does not have an open mind about it.
Why do we need her? Why are people so... Yeah, here she is. Here's Kari Lake kicking butt and taking names, and now Tulsi's going in there, taking part in her clout.
You think they invited Kari Lake? You think Kari Lake and they I'm getting flustered here. Do you think they invited her to participate tonight with Kari Lake without Kari Lake's approval?
I don't know. It's not an official. I don't think Kari Lake was involved in this. This is not an official Kari Lake event. It's an outside group who put this together. So I don't know.
Consulting Kari Lake.
Maybe, I don't know.
Brian, how about her supporting all mega candidates, and especially President Trump coming 2024?
That's right. I mean, if Donald Trump runs in 2024, will you support him, Tulsi Gabbard? I haven't heard a real question posed to her. Listen, Jeff, good call. Well, that's what's going on. We're up against the break. That's 2 calls for me, Steve 0. But who's keeping score? I think I'm doing fine. This is 2 for me, 0, Steve 0, 2 to... All right, callers on hold, stand by. I'm looking at a full board of calls, but we are up against a break. When a caller drops off, you are welcome to call in. It is a toll-free call at 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. I know some of you have been on hold for some time. We are going to go right back to the calls after the break. You guys know what we think. I'm suspicious of this psych ops operation with Tulsi. Steve is a Tulsi fanboy. And that's where we are. All right, we'll take our bottom of the hour break, come back with your calls. Only one opening on our board. Back after this. Steve is a Tulsi fanboy, and that's where we are. All right, we'll take our bottom of the hour break, come back with your calls. Only one opening on our board. Back after this. Oh, man. Make sure that you like the video. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
With other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram. Oldies, South Florida. True oldies. Traffic check.
In West Palm, an accident involving two tractor trailers is closing I-95 heading southbound from Belvedere Road down to Southern Boulevard. Traffic is being forced off at Belvedere Road. Heavy stop-and-go traffic on the approach back to Okeechobee Boulevard. So right now you want to take Military Trail, US 1, or the Turnpike instead. As far as Palm Beach Gardens goes, we still have a multi-vehicle crash on PGA Boulevard right near the Beeline Highway. The Turnpike is still moving up to speed from Boca Raton to Jupiter. We also have some minor traffic starting to form on 95 heading northbound coming from Deerfield Beach into Boca. And a stall in Broward County is blocking two right lanes now on 595 eastbound just before I-95. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP. MVP's Pro Rewards members visit Lowe's now and earn bonus points on products and brands like DeWalt. Then redeem for
All right, guys. What?
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of the can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Santa Road.
Hear that music? That means it's Christmas shopping season again. And when you're Christmas shopping,
All right, hold on.
and with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, you will find the lowest prices ever on top My Pillow products. Right now, order your My Pillow My Slippers for $90 off in all sizes and colors for both men and women. The My Pillow that started it all is just $19.98. The 3-inch My Pillow mattress topper is 50% off. The My Pillow Pep-In is 50% off too. There's also incredible savings on the 6-piece My Pillow towel set, the 100% piece of cotton dream sheets, the My Pillow bathrobes. Whatever special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of it with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order over the phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines that dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Synthetic and a Microgard Select Oil Filter for just $33.99. Try Syntec today, exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed. Radio consultants call him the voice of reason. Totally. We just call him Afternoon Dude. DiMiuccio on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Brian Craig here. How would you like a free doorbell camera? That's right, a free doorbell camera. I have one and you will. The first 40 listeners who call 1-833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects with your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. You can see your home right from the palm of your hands, no matter where you are. And that's not all. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use the low-cost Essential Station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 listeners to call 1-833-283
I'm talking to my wife. She's in the hospital. Yeah, she's got some problems. She doesn't want me to say exactly what's happening.
1-833-283-5050, 1-833-283-5050.
Is there a calculator that can't compute in your kitchen drawer? Recycle it at Staples. A shredder that won't shred under your bed. Or a collection of cables cluttering up your closet? Recycle them now at Staples. With Staples Free Tech Take Back, we'll recycle your old tech free. Plus, rewards members get $5 back in rewards. So if you have phones,
Here we go.
phones making a mess of your home, recycle them now.
Coming back. Hey, Rich. Barry's back today. Barry Siegel. Okay.
The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We'll continue with this. There are other things to discuss, but we'll continue with this. We will for now. But if you have thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard's scheme, you're certainly welcome to call it 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Sandra from Indiana.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey, and I'm praying for your wife that everything will be...
Thank you.
Okay. My comment is there are a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. Look how many people have stabbed President Trump in the back, trying to say they were for him. They turn around, stab him in the back, and then write books about him.
Yeah.
And who's to say Tulsi Gabbard not doing the same thing, and the only way she
This is 3 calls for me. Is this 3 or 4 for me? 3?
that she could redeem herself is if she does take an interview by somebody who has the testicles to ask her these questions.
The ones I've been asking. Yes.
That need to be answered about.
Let me ask you this, caller. Why do you think there's a need? Why do people like Steve and others feel a need to embrace Tulsi Gabbard?
Same reason you feel a need to attack her.
What do you think, caller? Why do we need her? Her loyalty is questionable. I mean, that's not even up for debate. It's questionable. You know, it's a concern. Why?
Well, what's the matter with asking questions?
Well, that's the problem. No one's asked her any tough ones.
Lake does not need her to get to where Kari Lake is going to be. Kari Lake can do that on her own.
So why do you think Kari Lake is going along with her appearing on her behalf tonight? You think Kari Lake doesn't know what's best for her?
I'm just saying, don't trust Tulsi Gabbard because, like I said, there's too many wolves in sheep's clothing, and too many of them have...
Thank you.
Oh, there's one for me. Thank you. Okay. She's on my side, so she's got to go. Okay. All right. Okay. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is the number. Oh, I got a very important question. If you're on hold, stand by. Another very important question to ask. Do you or someone you know or love suffer from neuropathy? Oh my goodness. Neuropathy, neuropathy had you, we did this appearance on Saturday. Prior to going to Lighthouse Medical Center and having your neuropathy treatment, Steve, you would not have been able to do that. You wouldn't have been able to do it.
Neuropathy can incapacitate you. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah. And the symptoms of neuropathy make life really, truly just torture. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in the hands and feet, the feeling of pins and needles in your hands and feet, a loss of balance, muscle weakness. And what most doctors will tell you, that's your life now, neuropathy. Get used to it. Those pins and needles, the muscle weakness, the dizziness, the pain, that's your life. There's no treatment. But that's not the case. Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano, which is a medical practice that has been in practice with the same family in Pompano for 75 years, not only have a treatment for the signs and symptoms of neuropathy, it's a treatment that works because it worked on Steve Kane and many people in this listening audience. And we're going to give you the number right now. We have listeners that travel far to go to Lighthouse Medical, but if you can't make it in person, still call them. They can help you. I'm going to give the number to you here, and when you call, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio so you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation that they offer to Steve Kane listeners, okay? 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. One more time, 754-222-6642, online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com, and say goodbye to your neuropathy when you call them. It works. Steve will tell you. All right, back to the phone, Steve. Let's go. All right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. You're on the radio. Once, twice, Earth to Major Tom. Okay. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I think we're talking. Yeah, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Carl from Alaska.
Oh, all right, Carl in Alaska. What's up?
I don't I haven't been following Tulsi Gabbard her whole career or anything, but the switch and everything, I don't trust it, just because of the whole nature of what's going on in politics now. So I don't trust her. I'm with you, Brian.
Yeah, well, why didn't you trust her?
The Trojan horse move to me.
Yeah, I mean, and you got a lot of fake Republicans in Alaska, including the senator. This is I don't understand the need for Tulsi. We got a winning team here, led by the greatest coach in the history of politics, Donald Trump. We're winning all over the place, and then all of a sudden, this Democrat comes along, doesn't say they're MAGA, and we're supposed to turn everything over to them?
No way. Like I said, I think she's a Trojan horse, and you're right. We've had Murkowski all this time.
Yeah, look at what she's done for us. Oh my goodness, she's the worst.
Why is that Kari Lake's fault?
Oh no, Tulsi Gabbard, because there's a lot of fake conservatives out there.
That's not proof that Tulsi Gabbard is not sincere.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So these vague interviews.
I guess time will tell, but I wouldn't put the trust there in the one basket.
Let her put the MAGA hat on tonight in Arizona. That'd be a step. You think she'll wear a Make America Great Again hat?
Yeah. But I mean, that's the test?
If anyone saw that Tucker Carlson interview, that was there. Tucker Carlson was told to do that the way he did it. He didn't ask her any questions. He didn't ask any follow-ups, didn't talk about her past, didn't get into any details.
Yeah.
He seemed to believe her.
No, he seemed to be doing, they're trying to hire her over there. Those never-Trumpers that run Fox News, they're looking to hire her. Steve, you told me about that Paul Ryan editorial in the New York Post over the weekend. He's on the Fox News board of directors.
Look, that has nothing to do with Tulsi Gabbard.
It has everything to do because Fox News is the primary place where they've been promoting her. Hey, Alaska, thanks for the call. Fox News is where they've been pumping her up. Her and Zelensky.
Fox News wanted to hire Tulsi Gabbard. I'm sure they'd have no difficulty in doing it.
Just another reason not to. I don't know. She might be fielding offers. I don't know. She's negotiating maybe with them. Well, Steve, we don't know until things happen, but we can come to a reasonable conclusion, and with evidence.
We're there. I think it's reasonable. I don't think you have anything you can point to.
All right. Okay. That's that. I mean, we're just not going to agree on this.
And forth this morning to point to a definitive fact, and you can't.
No, I think I've done it multiple times. I'll give you one example, Steve. What she says is vagueness, vague generalities. I support border security and the Second Amendment and freedom of speech. We all agree with that, and we all love puppies too. But that doesn't mean I want a pit bull puppy. I don't trust pit bulls. So, very vague.
There's no reason to believe that she's...
just her entire life before this moment. All right. Okay. Listen, our number's toll free. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We're coming up on our last break of the hour. 888-465-2631. Oh, you know who came out of the rat hole yesterday on MSNBC? Peter Strzok. I got a clip from Peter Strzok I want to play. Remember Peter Strzok, part of the Trump coup team? Oh, yeah. We'll take our break. When we come back, we'll take some more calls, and we'll sprinkle in some other topics. But you are free to call in about this psych ops operation with the Trojan horse known as Tulsi Gabbard at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. It is a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. 1-888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane is here. I'm Brian Craig. Back after this. 631. It is a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. 1-888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane is here. I'm Brian Craig. Back after this.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all
Steve
of
Kane
South
Show.
Florida.
Hold on.
Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 90.
They did that, Janie. They absolutely did.
Medicare open enrollment is coming. I Will Advisors has all the education you need to make an informed decision about your plan for you and your family. I Will Advisors specializes in every aspect of Medicare and what options are most likely to help or hurt you. And that way you can get a plan that fits your lifestyle and needs at an affordable rate. Call Debbie at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Steve Kane Show.
This is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business
Hold on.
for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Eagle Eye Protection Services for all your firearm and security patrol service needs. Receive personal firearms training, including concealed carry for you, your friends, or neighbors, by professional instructor owner Mike Bonner. G licensed security classes offered every week. For firearm and security patrol service needs, it's Eagle Eye Protection Services. Protect yourself, your family, your business. Call 561-723-6491. Eagle Eye, your local security protection services.
This is Lori Keene. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
The Steve Kane 2023 Mega Cruise is right around the corner. Through January 28th on the Celebrity Apex out of Fort Lauderdale. First up, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. And then St. Kitts with exclusive events just for our group. Fine dining together every night. Cocktail parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
I blocked this group space during COVID during the height of the pandemic, so we got some incredible deals.
Call Ian right now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. No liberal stowaways allowed.
Smarter than 95,000 milligrams of B6. Get smarter with the Steve Kane Show. Morning.
All right, we are back. Callers on hold, stand by. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the air this morning or not, but my wife is in the hospital right now as we speak, and I've been getting some text messages, and oh my goodness, I gotta not good, Steve. Getting a lot of news here. I don't want to get in specific of what's going on. She doesn't want me to tell people exactly what's going on, but it ain't good. It was actually going on during yesterday's show. She had a medical emergency during yesterday's show. I don't even remember the show yesterday because I remember Mike from Eagle Eye Protection Services in our class, but the show before that, I have no memory of it because I was dealing with it through text messaging and everything else. I don't. Did any of the liberal callers have their way with me yesterday? It was a good day to try. But anyway, when I got off the air yesterday, I took my wife to the hospital, and we knew she was going to be admitted. So we took some things with us, and of course we brought with us, she did not leave the house without her MyPillow Giza Elegance pillow. And you know, the Giza Elegance pillow, we have all the MyPillows, and we have 4 of the MyPillow Giza Elegance pillows. You need to get these, Steve. You know, when you use your name, Kane, at checkout, Kane, it's buy one, get one free. And the Giza Elegance pillow are an upscale MyPillow. First off, the cover is of that Giza cotton that he makes the sheets out of, so the cover is just spectacular. That perfectly regulates your body temperature of your head and everything while you're sleeping, and it has that same patented fill inside. But it's kind of like it's a MyPillow that you would see in a fine hotel, like if you were staying at a Trump hotel or something. This is what you would expect to find. And my wife has actually 2 of them with her, the Giza Elegance Dream Pillows. And it's buy one, get one free when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, at mypillow.com. You can also order them by phone at 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Any special you see at mypillow.com, you can use our promo code KANE for. By the way, not just the ones that we single out. I talk about some of my favorite items. But that Giza Elegance pillow, it'll blow your mind. Promo code KANE. Buy one, get one free. That's why I have 4 of them. All right, so you want to go back to the phones? What do you want to do, Steve? Yes. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
From Georgia.
Augustino in Herschel Walker country.
Yeah.
Hey, Augie, what's up?
Oh. Hi, Steve. How you doing? You're sounding great. I want to go along with somebody. Brian, have you checked out RS?
Right Side Broadcasting, of course. Yes, they're I know them. Yes, you've had some of them on the show. Yeah, the internet. Yes, the internet.
Chelsea is talking to the American people about her, and I don't know what you got against her.
Oh, she's a liberal Democrat. That's what I have.
But she said she's given all that up.
I don't believe her. Just because someone, OJ said he didn't do it.
For me, if you don't believe her, she must be communist, I guess.
Yeah, that's what you're that's right, Steve. That's the first thing you said today. I'll agree with.
Okay, well, I was just watching her on Right Side Broadcasting. She got the she gave away, going away from him.
Sure. Yeah, but where did she go? She didn't go to the Republican Party.
Do you think Kari Lake would take her?
Well, she's doing a campaign event with. No. I didn't see that she was invited by Kari Lake. Kari Lake is at an appearance where they've both been invited. They've both been invited to an event. It is not an official Kari Lake event, I don't believe. Kari Lake will be there, and they are campaigning together, but I don't know if she was invited by Kari Lake. We don't know that yet.
The fact that they're appearing together, you don't think
Well, it doesn't mean that she personally invited her.
it means that Kari Lake doesn't think she's communist, or doesn't think she's
Maybe.
one of the evildoers.
Maybe.
Okay. So, Steve, I tell you what, I don't know. I guess I'm going to go along with you. I'm sorry. So, Brian, I am going to give her a chance anyway.
Okay.
It's good. It shows you have an open mind, Augie, and I always knew that about you.
Oh my goodness. Can I play a piece of audio or two here? This first one is Peter Strzok, and remember, he was part of the team to set up President Trump, and he was on with Nicole Wallish yesterday on MSNBC talking about January 6th. Listen to this. This is Peter Strzok yesterday, MS13BC. Oh, Hold on. I think you have to hit the on button first. Is that how it works? Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here it is. Peter Strzok.
Nicole, I think that's right. And I think if you look at the scale in terms of a threat to democracy, I mean, 9/11 was a tragedy. We lost thousands of lives in a horrific way. We still mourn to this day. But when you look at something that is an attack on democracy, something that could actually bring about a fundamental change to American governance as we understand it, 9/11 is nothing compared to January 6th. And the fact that the FBI and the rest of the government, if they are not on the same sort of war footing that we were on in the weeks and months and years after 9/11, shame on everyone.
9/11, not as bad as January 6th. 3,000 American civilians murdered. The tragic hijackings, Beamer on Flight 93, and did a suicide run in the field to save lives. All that happened that day, all those firefighters and police officers running in the building everyone was running out of. January 6th was worse. What a sicko. What a sicko. But you know, the reason I share that, because a lot of people say, well, who cares what Peter Strzok thinks? Peter Strzok's mindset is the mindset of Washington towards Trump. Donald Trump is worse than Al-Qaeda. Donald Trump himself is a terrorist attack on this country. In their mind, that's how bad they think he's worse than bin Laden. That's what. And when Peter Strzok says that, you didn't hear Nicole Wallace take issue with that. She just yucked it up, nodded her head, and was like, "Wow, amazing! I haven't thought about it. You're right, Peter Strzok. What a creep." You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. This is Richard from Coral Springs.
Hey.
Good morning, Kane.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're here.
I'm just calling to discuss about why Brian is so obsessed with Tulsi Gabbard. All I hear is about Tulsi Gabbard. She's not even said she's a Republican. She has not even said anything or endorsed maybe one candidate she showed up for. But why such a...
Well, no, I believe me, I would like to be talking about anything other than Tulsi Gabbard today. But you asked a question. Let me give you the answer, okay? Okay. I woke up this morning and started reading the news and was shocked that one of our leading MAGA Republicans, someone who very well may be a MAGA president or vice president one day, Kari Lake, is doing a campaign event tonight in Arizona with Tulsi Gabbard. And this is concerning to me.
So you think if Donald Trump comes out with Tulsi Gabbard, you will kiss the ring of Tulsi Gabbard?
I'll do whatever Donald Trump tells me to do, but Donald Trump hasn't done that yet. But has Donald Trump done that? I missed that. Was Donald Trump come out and said she's cool?
He's done that. I'm thinking you'll...
Well, if he did, yeah, sure. If he did, I would have a change of heart.
Thought too, I know it's your show, but let me finish your thought. I agree with you completely on a lot of things, but I believe you're so obsessed with someone who's not even a threat. I mean, you are...
I think she is a threat.
I feel sometimes you're exaggerating like Hillary Clinton did, that she's a Russian asset. You do not know anything about her.
I know a lot about her.
You want to, Brian? You want to count this one for you too?
No, this is one of your guys. I've been following her for a long time. Listen, I hate to do this because this is what Rachel Maddow does. This is what Rachel Maddow does, right? Remember, this? Gives people homework. Go after the Steve Kane Show signs off today at 9 o'clock. Go on YouTube and watch the Tulsi Gabbard interview with the Young Turks about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, when she said she wants to confiscate guns, bankrupt the oil industry.
A change of heart.
Well, I don't know that she's had a change of heart on that, Steve.
Told you she...
No, she has not.
How do you know?
What are you talking about?
The word?
What did...
Have change of heart.
But I don't know that she has yet, and she has not gotten specific on any of this.
Or on abortion, on gay marriage, everybody has a change of heart, and you
exactly.
Exactly, everybody does a change of heart. Yes, sometimes it's politics, Brian. But all I'm saying is you have such a precious show, and you're wasting time on stuff.
No, it is precious because what she is doing. Listen, this is what she's doing. She is running. Hold on, caller. I want to tell you why I'm concerned, okay? And then tell me that I'm wrong again, please. I believe she is setting us up to run as a third-party independent in 2024, and do to Donald Trump in 24 what Perot did to Bush in 93. Okay? It's a conclusion that I'm coming to, Steve. Liars don't tell you they're lying and tell you their scheme.
You came to this conclusion
Yeah.
years ago.
That's right.
But you think that if she runs as a third party, she's going to only take Republicans?
She'll take more Republicans than Democrat votes. Yeah. And 24, no, you're wrong. She's being embraced by Republicans now. She is being embraced by Republicans, the Fox News crowd, Dave Rubin, the Blaze people. Listen, we gotta run for a break. I'll give you the last word, caller.
Just one thought.
Yes.
Okay, you said the same thing about when I said about Dr. Oz. I called that was my first call. Sometimes you have to use the media to promote what you can do. Right now, she's taking a lot of Democrats away from the Democratic Party.
Dr. Oz had the endorsement of Trump. Tulsi does. Hey, take care, Coral Springs. There's a big difference. If Donald Trump comes out and says Tulsi's okay, she's okay by me. Okay? But he hasn't done it yet. There's only one opening on the board. Callers on hold. Stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. I'm Brian Craig. 888-GO-KANE-1. That is our number. 888-465-2631. Callers on hold. Stand by. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this break. 631. Call us on hold. Stand by. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this break. Oh my goodness. Well, call in, JP. Call in. Hey, Sarah. You're all welcome to call in. That's fine with me. You don't have to agree to call in. Getting a lot of disagreements. That's okay. Yeah, they do. I was at the hospital yesterday. I'll go back. Well, every line on the board is full right now, but when something opens up, call in, JP. Oh, man.
Less than a month till midterm elections in Georgia. There's also a gubernatorial race.
Kari Lake has an event tonight in Arizona with Tulsi Gabbard. Thank you, Deborah. She's listening. She's watching on YouTube. Or at least she was. They might have taken her to do something.
You're working in an office or remote, Staples has your tech. New AirPods so I can turn up the music and tune out distractions. Staples has your tech.
Oh, a spare monitor for my spare bedroom/home office.
A webcam for all my video chats. Staples has you covered with tech solutions and accessories. From the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now Apple AirPods Pro are just $199. You save $50. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store. In-store and online. Ends 10/22, limit 2 while supplies last. Get it off your chest. Just call
Kane 1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. You know, Steve, what did you do with all those buckets you used to use for the dripping water from your ceiling before Tom Laporta fixed your roof? Oh my goodness. If anybody needs a bucket, Steve's got a whole garage filled with them because you had leaks all over your roof. No, but we just had that hurricane hit, and a lot of our listeners over on the west coast of Florida have called Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting, and he's been helping listeners of the Steve Kane Show over on the Gulf Coast. But if you're here on the East Coast or any other part of Florida, Tom Laporta can help you as well. And the rains the last couple of days have been brutal here and not so sunny South Florida. And if you've got a wet spot on your ceiling, you've got a leak in your roof, and you want to call Tom Laporta, you may just need a simple roof repair. He'll never sell you a roof you do not need. And you guys that listen to us over on the West Coast, don't trust these guys driving around in pickup trucks, okay? They're con men. Call Tom Laporta. He's a good MAGA guy. And Tom Laporta, he is also a Florida roofing and general contractor, which is the highest level of contractor's license in the state of Florida. He does great work. If you have an HOA that you're dealing with, oh man, he's the Alan Dershowitz of HOAs. He can handle your HOA. He does every type of roof, and not just every type of roofing material, every type of structure. Single-family homes, office buildings, commercial properties, churches, condos. He handles every type of structure as well. This number I'm going to give you right now rings directly to Tom's cell phone, okay? 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602, and online, LaportaContracting.com. All right, I'm looking at a full board of calls, Steve. What do you want to do? You want to go to the phones? Okay, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Jeff from Boynton Beach. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, morning, Jeff. You're spot on with this Tulsi Gabbard. This lady here had the same information available to her, the same basic maturity level when she was able to come up with these supports for the liberal views that she has. And we all know that the Green New Deal will
Yes.
say what you are, and anybody opposing you is not using their open mind just to suspect there is a possibility that this lady has, nefarious ideas for the future. So,
What's this guy babbling about?
He's agreeing with me, Steve.
No wonder it.
This is not a contest. This here wins. This is our country.
She's trying to stop Trump.
Well, give me a fact.
I've given you many. You tune them all out, Steve.
You stated the point, Steve. Brian, just a couple of times I was repeating the talking points of Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know why you don't have that you can't open your mind to see that. But also, Brian, you forgot to mention Andrew Pollock was there on Sunday.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I meant Andrew Pollock. First time I'd seen him in person. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I got a chance to meet him at Wings Plus, and that was great.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks for coming to Wings Plus. I couldn't believe how many people turned out for Governor DeSantis.
If you had gotten to the eastern side of the parking lot, you would have got to see the Trump truck that was set up there. We had a hard line going to the sound booth for the stage, so we were able to play the information over the speakers on the Trump truck way back there on the eastern edge.
But I'll tell you this: I did run into some never Trumper operatives, Republicans there. And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. I know, so don't do it yet, Steve. But I ran into some Republicans that are trying to do this DeSantis presidential run instead of Trump in 2024. You got to be very careful who you associate with at these things. One of them, they don't out themselves usually, but they're so triggered by this program to come in contact with me, just caused a couple of them to lose their, They couldn't control themselves, and they were in a unfortunate, too senior of a position around DeSantis for me. What do you think about Zelensky?
That's the most corrupt country in the world.
Yeah.
Giving money to them like it's free.
So you agree with Tulsi Gabbard on that one?
Oh, he agrees with me on that one too.
Yeah, they possibly Putin has stopped these biolabs that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I would say you're a good judge of character, caller. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. All right. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. One opening on the board. All right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chris from Boynton.
Hey, Chris.
Good morning, guys. So, I desperately tried to listen to your show yesterday. It was unfortunate I was not able to. And your last caller and you were just talking about DeSantis and his rally down there in Coral Springs, I think it was.
Yeah, Wings Plus. Mm-hmm.
And and because I didn't listen to your show, do you know where she ended up at night?
After that? No, I don't know where he went after that. I don't remember. He was at I know before he was there, he was at the Villages up in Ocala. And then he flew from the Villages to Wings Plus. I don't know where he was after that. Why do you ask?
After that, well, because after that, he showed up at the Hard Rock Hotel for the Leonard Skinner concert.
Oh, okay.
And him and his wife and his 3 beautiful kids, they came out on stage, and that arena erupted like there was 100,000 people in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. And one more fact. You know that Leonard Skinner is famous, one of their famous songs is Sweet Home Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Governor DeSantis asked them to write a song about Florida. And they played a brand new song called Sweet Florida.
Yeah, I've heard that song. It's good. Yeah, I've heard that song. It's very good. Yeah.
Just one more point on the Tulsi Gabbard. I have to agree with you. You should approach her with optimistic caution, because I do believe that people can change. They can see the light.
Well, why do we need her? What is she offering us? What is she offering to us? Why do we need her? We're winning right now. We got a super team. Why are we bringing this unknown factor into it?
It's why teams that are already winners bring in superstars to further the cause, to keep the strength, to keep the momentum, and bring a whole another group of
exactly.
Well, let me give you an example. Okay, let me okay, this walk away thing. Okay, no, you give a good answer. See, I don't believe her. Now I do believe Kari Lake. Kari Lake did something very interesting. She had a job for life as this anchorette out in Arizona. She was very popular, made a lot of money. She said, I can't take this fake news. And she quit with no job prospects, and she's not a wealthy woman. Tulsi Gabbard, she just didn't leave. She tried to become the Democrat senator from Hawaii, and the Hawaiians wouldn't allow it for whatever reason. And now she's an opportunist at best.
I agree with the thing that might have pushed her towards us. But if she is true, and only time will tell, if she is true, she will definitely be an asset. And I do not think
there you go.
Oppose Donald Trump at all.
Well, I hope you're right.
Are going.
Well, hey, listen, we got to run, but thanks for the call. I hope he's right. I trust DeSantis, of course, but I'm still not going to trust her. All right, the phones are very busy today. Callers on hold, stand by. Our number. Yeah, well, yeah, they are, but they're extremely busy today. I mean, people are, every line is lit, and people are still calling, and I get it. Okay, people are messaging me. I can't get to you. Well, the phones are busy. Because Tulsi Gabbard is a very polarizing figure. So our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. What line would that be? Okay. 1-888-465-2630. 1-888-465-2630. 52631. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. Callers on hold, stand by. But it's time to take a break first. We'll be right back. 52631. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. Callers on hold, stand by. But it's time to take a break first. We'll be right back.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, we are back, and it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Barry Siegel, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing great. How you been?
Thank you.
Great.
So, estate planning is one of the key things that we do at the Siegel Law Group. And what it really does is it's helping people set things up in a way so that there's some certainty in their planning, so they don't leave a mess behind, so they don't have to get the lawyers involved down the road, so that the family doesn't have to get in fights and bring in lawyers and really make the lawyers the beneficiaries, whether it's because of a fight or whether because they just didn't do the proper planning and now they have to go through the probate process and spend a lot of money and time getting involved in that process, which can be very time-consuming, very expensive. It's something you want to avoid. You don't want your family to have to go through that. And it's very simple to avoid it if you just do the proper planning. And that's why it's important to not only make sure that you do the planning, but to make sure that you review it every so often, at least every 3 to 5 years, to make sure that your estate plan is up to date and all your assets are properly funded in a revocable living trust if you have one.
Yeah, I wonder, Barry, do people when they put together the revocable living trust, do they include things like safe deposit boxes and things like that?
Box would not go into a trust. Just banks won't fund those into a trust, so you just have to have them titled properly so that...
There you go. You hear that? You hear that? Yeah, that's right. And, listen, you got to make your plans. You've got to make your arrangements. And if you don't, it's a mess. And the Siegel Law Group have seen every scenario you could possibly imagine and then many, many more. Now, the Siegel Law Group can help you no matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida, but they have multiple offices in Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade County. But no matter where you are in the state of Florida, the Siegel Law Group can help. And it's always a no-charge consultation with the Siegel Law Group if you mention when you call that you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio. Here's the number, 855-FLA-3782. And remember, a lot of you may not know this, he fixed your trustee, which was a mess. It was a mess. Steve's trustee was dead. There were a bunch of grandkids that had been born that weren't included. There had been some divorces. There had been some marriages. I mean, it was a mess until Attorney Barry Siegel and the Siegel Law Group reviewed it. 855-FLA-3782 and online SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk later in the week. All right, back after this.
And get ready to be triggered.
Yes. All right, we are back, and the phones are on fire. There's only one opening where Attorney Barry Siegel was at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. And I want to tell people, Steve, Anne Marie's in Pompano. I was telling you earlier when we were at our gun range event with Mike from Eagle Eye Protection Services on Saturday. Some of our listeners were heading over to have lunch at Anne Marie's after. And some of them had already eaten there 2-3 times already. This is like their 3rd, 4th visit. And Anne Marie, oh, it is. Well, the food's so good. You know what it is when you go to most restaurants. You know what the primary way of preparing food at most restaurants is a microwave. Believe it or not, not at Anne Marie's. Everything is fresh and homemade, and you'll know it from that first bite. No matter what you have on the menu, everything I've had at Anne Marie's is spectacular, and you can tell it's not just high quality, well-made food, that it is homemade food. And I remember the first dish I had a bite of, and before we started telling you about Anne Marie's, Steve and I went over there for lunch on a Sunday and tried out the food before we could recommend it to you guys. And the first bite that I had at Anne Marie's was we had the appetizer of lobster ravioli. And I knew with that first bite, we were in a very special place. And that lobster ravioli, the appetizer, it's also available as a full dinner entree, but the appetizer is 3 large homemade raviolis stuffed with chunks of Maine lobster, which you'll know as soon as you bite in, topped with goat cheese and lobster cream sauce. But you know, everything on the menu is... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and the baked ziti I had as my entree with that meal, and it is delicious. This week I'm going in and I'm going to have the Philly cheesesteak, and I'm already picking out what I'm going to have the time after the next time, Steve. The chicken parm.
When I was up there, was the steak pizza.
Oh, okay. Now, there's at Anne Marie's, they have what is almost a secret menu, okay? When you get the lunch specials menu, look on the back of it. And on the back of the lunch specials, I call it a secret menu because I missed this the first time I went in. Big Jerry's Crazy New York Craft Pies. Now, of course, pie is Italian for pizza, and these are special pizzas like you've never had before. They are spectacular. I had the steak deluxe. Listen to this. This is a pizza, right? Ribeye steak, onions, peppers, mozzarella, provolone, garlic oil base. But they have others as well. They have a lobster and shrimp pizza with fresh Maine lobster, Steve. And there's others too. You've got to check out Big Jerry's Crazy New York Craft Pies. They'll blow your mind. In fact, that's what you should get next time, Steve. The pizzas are out of this world, but that steak deluxe pizza, I never even heard of such a pizza before. Oh, and one other pizza that I had that was just amazing. I don't even have words to describe. Is I had the Sicilian, and I just ordered a pepperoni Sicilian, and boy, it blew my mind. The pepperoni they have up there is not like any other pepperoni I've ever had. I've been getting gypped all my life, Steve. Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the corner of Copans and US 1 Federal Highway on the northwest corner in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Anne Marie's in Pompano. All right. I'm not sure. That's why it used to be there's only one theater there, so it's in the shopping center of the movie. Well, there's no other theater there, so that's the one you look for. It's changed names like 12 times, so I don't remember. It used to be a Movie Co. It used to be a Cinemark. I don't know what it is now. But it's in the shopping center with the movie theater. You're confusing people now. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. How are we?
And Wisconsin Gary.
Hopefully Kathy is doing well, Brian.
I hope so.
Her
Thank you.
Speedy recovery. I'm not agreeing with Steve, and because I gotta sometimes give Steve that common sense. But if you remember, there was one representative that was in Washington D.C. that did flip from a Democrat to a Republican.
Don't tell me Strom. Yeah, who was that?
And I can't remember.
Was it? I hope you're not thinking about Strom Thurmond. Oh, well, he didn't do us much good. Strom Thurmond, who had a very racist past, and he was reformed and became a Republican, and that was a stain on the Republicans for decades. The media, the Democrats always, the party of Strom Thurmond. Yeah, he was one of the Dixiecrats. But that was like 60 years ago, 55 years ago.
That Trump congratulated him from actually coming from a Democrat to a Republican.
After he was in office? Okay, if somebody knows who he's talking about, call me. I'll look him up. It does sound vaguely familiar.
If Tulsi Gabbard, I give her credit for serving her country, but, to actually, like some people have said, what has she done for her state of Hawaii? So that's one of the key issues that got to be looked on. But, for me, I think I would rather sit in Steve's area when it was dripping water into a pail than probably understand why Tulsi Gabbard is trying to do what she's doing now.
To sabotage Donald Trump. You know, and this thing about, like, Richie in the 6 o'clock hour, she served in the military, you didn't. You know, Lee Harvey Oswald was in the Marine Corps. I mean, just because someone has served in the military doesn't mean that they have a free pass. I'm sorry.
Exactly. You know, and if Trump actually says, yeah, he can trust her, then fine. But, you know, for a 2024 ticket, I'd rather see Trump Lake, which, believe it or not, there is a Trump Lake in Wisconsin. You'll have to look it up. But I'd rather see Kari Lake finish out everything that she needs to accomplish in Arizona.
Okay, this guy you're talking about is, somebody just told me in the YouTube live chat, Jefferson Van Drew in New Jersey. Okay. 4 years ago, they said.
Yes, but I mean, it's like I would rather see Trump DeSantis, and then when DeSantis fills out his 8 years, then see DeSantis Lake, and then after that, if one of the Trump boys would want to run, then I would see Lake, Trump run in for office. That's how I kind of want to see how these tickets run in the future. But Kari Lake needs to finish everything she wants to do in Arizona before it.
Yeah. All right, Gary, I appreciate the call. Always good points. I'll look up that guy you talked about. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is the real 1970.
Okay.
Steve, before you get mad at me, I'm just going to let you know that I don't trust Tulsi because, just like me, I am totally, absolutely 100% from India, unlike her, and I don't believe that half Indians or Indians overturn their minds and within a month of the elections. Magically, now that the elections are...
Okay, you said that Indians, Gandhi Indians, don't change their mind on a dime.
With my sisters all the time. Most Indian people are Democrats. Me and my sisters argue all the time.
Oh, that's too bad.
And now that they complain about the gas prices, by the way, my middle sister lives in the Dr. Phillips area in Orlando, and she complains about the gas prices, and I just said, I wonder who you voted for. Imagine that. Don't complain. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That you're wrong on this, Brian. I totally agree with you. I don't trust Tulsi at all.
What's the main... we only have 10 seconds. The main reason you don't trust her is that Indian women don't change their minds quickly?
That makes a lot of sense.
Within the election.
Yeah, well, she would know. She's Indian. Hey, listen, thank you for your call. That's another one for me. No. That Gandhi Indian, not like Cherokee. All right, listen, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve's here. I'm Brian. Back after this. Oh, no, that Gandhi Indian, not like Cherokee. All right, listen, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve's here. I'm Brian. Back after this.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning at 10 a.m. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Yeah, that was a very good call. The real 1970.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
In Boynton Beach, multi-vehicle crash on the southbound side of the turnpike approaching Boynton Beach Boulevard is now clear to the right shoulder at mile marker 88. There is still a left lane blocked at mile marker 89. That's two separate accidents there. And stop and go traffic on the approach going back to Okeechobee Boulevard. I-95 southbound between Bellevue Road and Southern Boulevard still very slow there by an accident involving two tractor trailers that still block the two-right lane. Delays on the approach going back to the Beeline Highway. In Lake Worth, we have a multi-vehicle crash on Lions Road just south of Lake Worth Road. An accident there with multiple lanes blocked. We also have another crash on Bellevue Road and State Road 7. Another crash on Okeechobee Boulevard near Expressway. Report is sponsored by Mucinex Fast Max Golden Blue All in One. Skip the symptoms, not the celebration. Celebrate comeback season with Mucinex Fast Max Golden Blue All in One. Its maximum strength formula tackles up to 9 cold and flu symptoms. Try Mucinex All in One.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, and everyone like the video before you go.
That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an all-in-one.
Let me ask you guys, Bubba Wallace, does anyone know, like, how good of a racer is he? Does he have any wins? How many wins does Bubba Wallace have? Is he considered like a great driver, mediocre? What is his? I don't know. Gary had a good call, absolutely.
Call 800-838-4715 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Sarah.
Drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and
Yeah, I did that thing where you drive. It was the Richard Petty experience. I almost said the Tom Petty experience. That'd be another time where you drive the race car. It was terrifying. I did it at the Homestead Racetrack, which is a huge thing. I didn't realize how hard it was to drive one of those race cars. And when you're going around those turns on the racetrack, you feel some G's. Let me tell you, it was amazing to do. I was terrified, and because I went to Homestead, I go down there, and they give you a helmet, they give you the clothes to wear, and then they say, here's the car. And I was expecting like some training before they put me in the race car, and that's not how it happens. And the car, and I was really nervous because I'm like, what? You're gonna put me? It was like, And the woman in the car in front of me, there was a woman that was doing it. She was in the car in front of me. She chickened out and got out before she pulled out. Have any of you ever done one of those experiences? I did the one on Homestead, which is a big track. He has 2 wins and 177 starts. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I did it. But it was terrifying. The first lap, I couldn't believe, because I didn't get out to, when I got out on the track, and then they have like professional drivers going around, and when these 2 cars came by, I was like, holy smokes. And they tell, and it banks so much. I don't know if this is on all tracks, but on Homestead they tell you don't go to the bottom because it goes from this to flat like right away. You'll spin out. Oh my goodness. And I wasn't even dressed properly. I was wearing a pair of Vans like these, same color and everything. I didn't have socks on or anything. And I'm like, you're getting me in this car? But it's a fun thing. I do it again. I just wasn't prepared to be in the car 5 minutes after getting to the track. I always wear Vans. Every once in a while I wear Doc Martens, but mostly Vans. Yeah, Kathy is it's not good what's going on with her. If she needs surgery or something, I will take off. I'm saving taking off until we find out. Hopefully we'll find out today She's waiting for the doctor. So if there's a day that I'm not here, that'll be why. All right.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. All right, let's go. Our phones are on fire. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian.
Yes. Good morning.
This is Terry up in Claremont, Florida.
All right. What's up?
You're 100% correct about Tulsi. We know that she has political or presidential aspirations because she ran once. And until she answers the hard questions that her opinions, she looks and smells just like Ross Perot all over again.
You know, I voted for Ross Perot, okay? It was the...
Looked like Ross Perot.
Well, yeah, well, she's got that going for her. But I voted for Ross. It was the first election I was old enough to vote in for president. And Bill Clinton, he got Bill Clinton elected. And I think you were on the air then, Steve. This is the longest running radio show. I mean, this show's been on since Roosevelt. But I remember years ago, you were griping about those Ross Perot people. They would call you like these people are today, like you with Tulsi Gabbard. There were these Ross Perot. You used to tell me stories of these Ross Perot lunatics that would call you on the radio then.
They were crazy people.
Yeah, and look what that did. He got Bill Clinton elected. Bill Clinton got elected with a minority of the vote because Ross Perot, he sucked some Democrats away, but mostly Republicans that would have voted for Bush 41. And Ross Perot gave us Bill Clinton. And that's where Tulsi can come in. See, this is the thing to get...
Here, have some patience with me. I want to go back, and I kind of vaguely remember this. Let me bring it back. There was a guy who ran as an independent. He was the guy who was the consumer advocate.
Ralph Nader in 2000.
From what I remember of it, and it's a little vague, I'm going to ask you to kind of...
I remember.
Recall it. We actually, I think, who ran against?
It was Nader. Nader ran in 2000 during the Bush-Gore race.
And as I recall, because of Nader's running and taking votes away,
that's right,
we won.
Yeah, Ralph Nader. Yeah, so now Steve is now making my point call. Yeah, Ralph Nader. It's been 22 years, but my recollection is he got about 80,000 votes in Florida in the 2000 race, and that's why Bush became president, not Al Gore.
It can work. Just I want to point out that phenomena you're talking about can work for you or against you. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, thank you for making my point, Steve. I'm going to tell you how. Ralph Nader, most people forget who Ralph Nader is. They say he's a consumer advocate. He's a liberal lunatic who's worth millions of dollars, but pretends to be some everyday, poor guy. And he took Democrat votes away from Al Gore. Tulsi, if she runs as a third party, will take Republican voters because it's the Republicans that are embracing her like you. So she'll take, you see what I'm saying, caller? She'll take Republican votes away from Trump.
It's affected.
Nah, 3 of them. And this is what I'm talking about. This is their scam to replace Biden and Trump, okay? They're gonna bring in some lunatic like that skinny pants guy out in California, Newsom. They may even bring Governor Cuomo back, and Tulsi Gabbard is going to take the votes away from Trump. And boom, the Democrat wins in 24, whoever it is. That's their plan, Steve. That's.
At a meeting?
I'm looking at what's going on, and I'm putting the pieces of this mystery together.
Yep, you're 100% right, Brian. Until she answers those questions, and not the softball questions that everybody gives her.
Oh, I know. What's it like being you? What's it like? what's your favorite color? You know, I mean, these pretty much, yeah. It was that kind of interview. Blue, Steve. Democrat blue. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that was sarcasm, Steve. The Tucker interview, I was shocked. That was like a corporate interview. He didn't ask one tough question or any follow-up, and it was short too. Go online and watch it.
Is she going to support Herschel or Dr. Oz?
Or how about Trump? Or how about our Second Amendment?
you should support Herschel or Dr. Oz. That wouldn't surprise.
What she's doing here is getting it.
What did Herschel?
Yeah, this is bad, Steve. No, please. What she's doing is trying to gain credibility on the credibility of these MAGA people that we love, like Kari Lake and Herschel.
If she was the difference in getting Herschel and Dr. Oz,
the short-term.
What would if we took control of the Senate?
And this is going to be the story. Kari Lake pulled it through because of Tulsi. Yeah, I know, this is crap. I don't think she's going to pull it through for Kari Lake.
Suppositions here. If that, but would that?
You're
because of an endorsement from Tulsi Gabbard, would that be bad?
No, it would. But now look what they're doing, caller. Look what Steve's doing here. He's already giving Tulsi Gabbard credit for Kari Lake and Herschel Walker's victory. Look at that. This is the problem.
All kinds of stuff here. If you can make up things like.
I'm not making things up. I've been following it. I've been following this snake for a long time.
She's a snake now. Jeez.
If Trump comes out and supports her, I'll do what Trump tells me to do.
Who supports President Trump?
That's right. Do you support President? Yeah. By who? Not Pete Hegseth.
Now it has to be by a certain person.
She walks into the Fox News studios, and it's like when Lawrence Jones was there. Oh, Lawrence Jones is here. What's Lawrence? Tulsi Gabbard comes in. It's like, ooh, Tulsi. They don't ask her anything. They ask her nothing.
Get her on our show.
I'm going to message her this morning. If she doesn't come on, it's not because I didn't ask. I will send a request this morning to her. Well, sure, Steve. Sure, and and if she comes on, I'll ask her. Hey, maybe I'll believe her. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, and I'll tell you guys. If there is a day we are not here live, it'll be because my wife is in the hospital. She's not on death's door, but she may require surgery. We're going to find out this morning a little bit more. So if there's one day we're not here live, that's the reason why. 1-888-465-2631. Yesterday's show we had there was a bit of a crisis, a health crisis going on. And I was dealing with it through text message because it happened while I was on the air yesterday. And so, like I said, I don't even remember yesterday's show. I don't know. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, hey, Juan.
Hey, good morning, guys. There's one, I'm on the fence in between you guys. But here's the one thing that I do know, and it goes to what you're saying, Brian, is that MAGA voters aren't going to fall for this. I mean, the only people that are going to vote for Tulsi Gabbard are those never-Trumpers.
Steve's falling for it. Steve's falling head over heels.
Yeah, but he's not going to vote for her if she forms a third party.
Don't be so sure about that. Oh, over Trump? No. No, not over Trump. Over Trump? No. Not over Trump. But a lot of people will.
Over Trump and not over DeSantis.
Exactly. I agree with that. Not MAGA voters, not true MAGA people. And by the way, shout out to Jenna Haig. We met this weekend, and great gal. But MAGA voters are not confused about anything. We know it's going to be Trump or DeSantis. Tulsi Gabbard comes along. You know what? Good luck. But thanks.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it. All right, listen, Juan from Coral Springs always has something interesting to say. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call, no matter where you're listening to us. 1-888-465-2631. We're going to take our last break of the program, come back with the Gold Report, and right after the Gold Report, we will take more calls. There's only one opening on our board that has been on fire this morning at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back. There's only one opening on our board that has been on fire this morning at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and it's time, as we do every day at this time, to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with our look at the gold and precious metals markets. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Looking good, Brian. The market's testing some highs yesterday, not the highs, but getting up around $1,670 before pulling back to about $1,649.50 on the close. That was still up $4.20 as the stock market roared ahead yesterday and anticipated much higher today. Silver was up 36 cents at $18.65 on the close. Platinum was up $16, closing out the day at $914. And palladium closed down $6 at $1,922. This morning we have the rally continues as gold got up to about $1,662 so far this morning, but right now at $1,756.50, that's up $7. Silver getting up to about $19 overnight, but then pulling back, and right now up 20 cents at $18.85 the ounce. Platinum up $6 at $920, and palladium up $34 at $1,956. And that begins our morning. The markets are having resistance for silver around $19, but I think that'll push through that pretty quickly. Gold showing some resistance up in the 19 price right now, but we do have some wonderful different coins from the Austria Mint, the Philharmonics from Austria, and of course, if you're buying a lot of silver in the thousands of ounces or hundreds of ounces, we can also have a wonderful buy on 100-ounce silver bars. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I tell you, those Austrian coins you're talking about are beautiful coins, and you're saying that when it comes to the 1-ounce coins, those are some of the best bargains today. Get the most silver for your money. Absolutely. And listen, if you've never gotten involved in the metals, something new can be intimidating. Feel free to call or stop in over at William Youngerman, and William Youngerman or one of his staff up there, they'll walk you through everything and make you feel right at home and comfortable if you're new to the metals, okay? They open up weekdays at 10 a.m. You can give them a call, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, online, williamyoungerman.com, or stop right in, located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway, on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, take care. We'll talk tomorrow. All right, back after this.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Oh, man. Here's a question for you. Are you in pain? You don't have to be. Call Dr. Philip Appleton. You know, Steve, I have lost some weight. My wife was telling me a couple days ago, over the weekend, when I got dressed to go see Governor DeSantis, she said, you lost some weight. I said, yeah. I said, my belt's fitting better, my pants are fitting better. And, you know, Dr. Appleton told me that this is a very common thing. When people come to him and get treated for their pain, you become more active when you're pain-free and you lose a little weight. And it's an added benefit. The greatest benefit is being pain-free. And that knee pain I had was something I've suffered with for years now. And I just thought it was something I was going to have to live with. But that's not the case. I'm completely pain-free. And you can be too. And Dr. Appleton, he's doing a run on knees. He's told me he's seen more knees lately, Steve, than ever, because I'm talking about my knee all the time. But he does more than just knees. He wants me to tell you guys that. Dr. Appleton can help you with more than just your knee pain. In fact, pretty much any type of pain you have. Any joint, of course, hip, neck, elbow, your fingers. A lot of people have finger pain, Steve, because everyone's on their phones and stuff and computers all the time. Arthritis, back pain, lumbar pain, muscular contraction. He said a lot of times people have knee surgery, shoulder surgery, and they're suffering with pain after surgery. He can help with that. And of course, with the laser away pain system, no injections, no surgery, no downtime, and no drugs. No appointments necessary. Walk-ins are welcome. He's open 6 days a week, Saturday being the 6th day. And when you call Dr. Appleton, make sure you mention you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of that no-charge-free consultation. His number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. All right, so Herschel Walker, I heard he was on Hannity last night. I didn't see that. Yeah, but I did see him do an interview that I would have not recommended that he do, but he did it, and he did all right. But he did an interview with NBC News, and they're real scumbuckets over there. Yeah, he did well. I got a clip I'm going to play of it, and these are real low-life scumbags over at MSNBC and NBC News. I know that's not news, but I don't know why you would go over there. They're over there to destroy you. So anyway, they asked him about the check and showed him the check that this woman had, and he had said it's his check. And he went into some detail. So let me play this. This is Herschel Walker. And I'll tell you, the woman who was interviewing him, I can't remember her name. I want to say Kristen Welker. She's the NBC White House correspondent. She's in with the Obamas. This woman, Steve, that's interviewing Herschel Walker for NBC News' White House correspondent, spent Christmas morning with the Obamas in the White House with her family. So that tells you, nonpartisan journalist, right? So here she is interviewing. I may be wrong about her name, but I can see her face. This is Herschel with NBC yesterday.
In a one-on-one interview in his hometown of Wrightsville, Georgia, Herschel Walker providing his most extensive comments about allegations he paid for an ex-girlfriend to have an abortion in 2009. Why not reach out to her?
Why should I? Why do I need to?
NBC News has now spoken to that former girlfriend who provided us with what she says is a copy of a $700 check that Walker gave her to pay for the abortion and a receipt from the medical center in Georgia where she alleges it took place. NBC News is not revealing the woman's identity or the documents to protect the privacy of all parties, but we did show a copy of the check to Walker, who said the allegation he paid for an abortion isn't true.
This is still a lie because she's the mother of my child. So you're going to see me a check or somebody giving a check. So that I'm saying it's a lie.
Do you know what this $700 check
I have
is
no
for?
idea what that can be for.
Is that your signature on the check, though?
Let me see. It could be. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's my signature or not.
When pressed, Walker said definitively for the first time the check is his.
Yes, that's my check.
Why should voters believe you in this?
Voters should believe me because I've been very transparent about everything I've ever done.
Okay, I did talk about this, and Herschel did all right. I don't know why he's going on enemy territory, but he did it. I love how NBC said they show him the check, and they have no problem showing him the check or their viewers the check, but the abortion receipt they won't show Herschel. That abortion receipt is as valuable as a winning Florida lottery ticket Saturday night, right? That abortion receipt is worth millions of dollars. The very fact that they won't, they could cover up the name. They're showing him the check, and the check he wrote out to the girl. So if it has her name on it, why not show the abortion receipt to Herschel? Herschel knows who the girl making the accusation is now. They have a child together. So they've shown him the check. It's written out to her. So why not show him the abortion receipt? Who would they be protecting, Steve, by showing Herschel the abortion receipt if it exists? I don't think it exists. Or there's something about it that's suspicious. Or they would show it and block out her name. I mean, this is crazy. Now, so far as the check, what Herschel said, She's got a child with him. He wrote her all kinds of checks. Doesn't, they're supposed to go to help support the kid, what she spends. And I'll tell you another thing. When women go around, like this woman in question here, and get impregnated by NFL stars, the last thing they want is an abortion. They want the baby because that's 18 years of support. Yeah, that's another lottery ticket. And if this abortion receipt is true, she could sell that abortion receipt. I don't, that abortion receipt, if it proved that Herschel Walker paid for an abortion, could cost us that Senate seat. That receipt is worth millions and millions of dollars. Why will she not show it? Why will she not sell it? Why will NBC not even? This is what gets me about that. They show him the check with the name of the woman, but to protect her identity, they won't show him the abortion receipt.
Hamlet once said, "There's something rotten in the state of Denmark."
Or Georgia, yeah, Denmark, Georgia. But you're right. And I've had at least 3 women call this program who, they were difficult calls when this story first came out. They'd had abortions. And I asked each and every one of them if they got a receipt for the abortion. And they said no. And I'll tell you, I go to the doctor. I get receipts from my doctor. I pay. It never says what it's for. It just says the doctor's office and services rendered in an amount, right? It doesn't say for, whatever I went in specifically for. This is such nonsense. And I don't think they have anything else on Herschel Walker. I think they thought this was going to turn those Bible-thumping Republicans in Georgia against them, and it didn't work. And that debate that he had with Warnock the other night, I mean, and Herschel said it, there's people hungry in Georgia. And not figuratively, literally hungry in Georgia because of the inflation of Biden that the Democrats are responsible for. So, people are not, they're not only voting their pocketbooks, they're voting their hunger pains. And I'm sorry, what they're doing to Herschel is some of the most dishonest journalism I've seen. At least when they accused, this is what happened. They said George Bush went AWOL from the Texas Air National Guard, and when he was running against Kari, and they produced that document from the colonel that he served under in the Air National Guard, and the press saw it, and a day later they found out that it was a forgery because the font was from Microsoft Word, which didn't exist in the 70s. There's something about this so-called receipt that the media claim to have that they don't want us to see. There's something about it. They don't want it looked at. And poor Herschel Walker. This guy, I mean, my goodness. Making America great again is a crime.
He's doing fine. I think he's going to win that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's up in the polls in some of the ones I saw this morning. Not by much, a couple points, but you got to add at least 5 to our guys. You know what I mean? All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Boca.
Hey, what's up?
So, if Tulsi Gabbard helps out 500 votes.
Yep.
Number 8. If she turns up to the woods.
Well, here's the thing with Tulsi. I will concede there are possible short-term gains. Okay, they might get a couple of these liberal, some of the. No, there could be a couple snowflakes at the University of Arizona where they have places white people aren't allowed to sit and all that could help. But what she's doing is trying to establish herself as a credible conservative on the backs of Kari Lake and others. And that's dangerous. I think Kari Lake's a safe race. No. No, please. Please. No, she is a scoundrel already, or a scoundette. I don't know. Is there feminine to that? I don't think she's come to our side. No, based on her whole life, I think she is a spy. I think she's a psychops. I think it's an operation by the Never Trumpers. Just on her whole life record. All right, caller from Boca. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Okay, all right, that's fine. Well, we'll be back tomorrow with you guys and pick up where we left off. I did not even want to talk. I did not even want to talk about Tulsi Gabbard today. I had no intention. I was going to lead today until I saw this story. They're going to put Steve Bannon in prison for 6 months. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? Steve Bannon, he's facing 6 months in prison. That's what they're asking for now. This is awful, and it looks like they're going to get prison time for Steve Bannon. Yeah, we're doing fine. Yeah. Yeah, and I know this Tulsi Gabbard's a heated thing because Richie the bus driver almost called me an AH today on the air. He caught himself before he did it. All right. Okay, thanks a lot. All right, listen, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Those of you on hold, I'm sorry we didn't get to all the calls. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. God bless America and God bless Donald Trump. Back tomorrow. Those of you on hold, I'm sorry we didn't get to all the calls. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. God bless America and God bless Donald Trump. All right, guys. Hey, listen, thanks for watching. I got to take off. Make sure you subscribe and everyone like the video before you leave.